Okay, can you hear me now? Am I coming through now? Probably not, actually. Probably not. Oh my god, wait, that actually worked? Holy shit, that worked. Why did that work? Okay, I don't know why. Actually, I do know why that worked. I do know why that worked. Hold on, I'll modify this later. This is, well, actually, I can do this right now. That's why. Okay, I see. I'll have to modify my stream settings later, and my recording settings actually. Let me add a little note here to myself. Sorry guys, like I was saying when I didn't realize that y'all couldn't hear me. Let me turn my music down now. And it's ironic as hell. This is what I was talking about. The reason I started so early is because I'm on the new computer, and I don't know if this is gonna work. So, I'm glad we started early. I'm glad we started early. Let me write this down real quick. So I remember to change the audio channels. Mic's a little loud. I got you. I overcompensated because usually it's too low. Oh, now it's gonna be way too low. Hold on. Oh my lord. The decibel control is so bad. And there we go. Okay, is this a little better? Is this a little better? I am familiar with overcompensating. Here. Stream. Wow, this pen is dying. Stream audio. Wow, this pen is totally dead. One moment, guys. Perfect. Cool. Stream audio. There we go. Specifically the tracks. I didn't have the mic selected on the track that you guys can hear. That's why it wasn't working. Anyway, hello. A little bit of technical difficulties here. So a couple of things today. We have a lot to talk about. We certainly have a lot to talk about. Obviously, the main event here is the Renegades reveal, the Renegades and Ash and Iron reveal, which should be happening in about 30 minutes-ish, maybe a little more, a little less, depending on, you know, when Bungie decides to show up. But a couple of other things. So, do I want to record? Should I start recording now so I don't forget? Maybe I should start recording now so I don't forget. I will. I'll start recording now. Who knows? Maybe something crazy will happen. Okay. So, a couple of things. I mentioned earlier, I am on the new computer. It is very cool. I could actually, if I picked up my camera, I could probably show you guys. Its name is Renegades because it's a chonker. It's big. I have like a Tron Ares theme going on with it, so all the lights are black and red. It's amazing. For those of you who don't know, throughout the course of Edge of Fate, I was working on funding and building a new computer with my dad because it, like, my old computer, which is back here, if I get down here, there it is. There's my old computer. That thing. That's my old computer. It had an RTX 3080. I'm not a big computer guy. I don't know like all the terms. I know Renegades is such a cool name. You know what? I'm gonna show you guys this. Hold on. Let me stop it from following me. This is about to get a little janky. Tiny, stop. Stop, Tiny. Stop. What the fuck? What part of stop do you not understand? Okay. No, wait, I just told it to do it again. I just told it to zoom in. What the fuck? Okay, hold on. No. There we go. Okay, now I need it to stop following me. Stop it. Okay, we're good. It's a little scuffed. I'm still getting used to all this. I had to completely remake my stream setup before this tiny as will is there. Here, all right, come here. This is about to get really weird, but I want to show you the computer because it's really cool. All right, here we go. Oh, we're going up. Luckily, I got a long ass wire. Oh, there it is. And if you look closely, you could see a gif of Renegades in there. Tiny the Unbound. No, this thing is awesome. It has an RTX 4090 which is that massive fucking graphics card in there. It is heavy as shit. It is really cool. It is really, really cool. You could actually, I wonder if I could zoom in. You can see Regigigas right down there on the display, just chilling. Anyway, let me get this back up here. That was an adventure. We've never done that before. First time for everything. I'll be gentle. All right. So that's the thing number one, and I'm very excited. The reason I had a great computer. It's right there. Lochi's getting it. It's not going anywhere. But Tiny Adept. Now you'll know the name of the camera is Tiny. We're just naming everything. We got Regigigas, Tiny, Tythrone way down here. So okay. Let me just check the time. It's 11:30, so we still got time here, and I have snacks. So, okay, we have the reveal going on. We have the new computer. The reason I got the new computer is not because my old computer was bad. It was slowing down because of how hard I pushed it with Redacted 3, which is coming along very well, by the way. I was actually, one of the reasons I was late to stream was because I was sitting here watching episode 3, and I've completely lost track of time. But anyway. The old computer was great, but when it came to Blender and Premiere, it was starting to not be able to like do what I needed it to do. You know, it was starting to get slower. The thing that really did it in was there's a really long scene in Redacted episode 3. It's like 14,000 frames long, and my computer was taking about 30 to 40 seconds per frame to render. This new one, from my testing, I haven't like been able to produce a scene completely on the computer yet because the animation was already done. But from what I can tell, it renders about 50% faster. So like for scenes that were taking about 30 seconds to render, I was doing it in like 15, 12, like some getting close to 10, which is amazing. Like that doesn't sound like a huge difference, but like it's a big difference. Like it slashes the render time. That's part of the reason episode 3 is taking so long. I mean, there's a lot of reasons. Edge of Fate, me and Lochi went to Italy and got engaged, and then we all moved. So like there's been a lot happening. Otherwise, episode 3 would have been out a while ago. But one of the reasons is that render time is such a massive like part of the process, and you can't really use your computer when it's rendering. You just have to sit there and let it do its thing. So this thing is amazing. This thing is amazing. Bungie stream is in like 30 minutes or so. We're just hanging out until then. I've never watched any of the Skeletor vids, actually. I saw it in my feed. I didn't watch it. So yeah, that's one thing that's going on. Another thing that's going on that I have on my monitor over here that I'm just like waiting for is Pokemon Center drop. Might be happening today. I missed the last one because that was when Edge of Fate came out. I'm not missing this one because it's Phantasmal Flames. What are your thoughts on Yaptic's new video on D3? Again, I haven't seen it. Guys, I've been so out of the loop. That was another thing I wanted to talk about. Like, I have been more or less taking a break from the Destiny community because it's just like it has gotten so toxic. Like it, and like I talked a bit about this on the Destiny Rising stream, which Destiny Rising was pretty fun, but. You should watch a Tom Cruise Skeletor video while we wait. Maybe I'll put one on. But I've just like, I've completely checked out. Like I've gotten to this point where like, no, it doesn't. It feels like the Destiny community is never going to be happy. And quite honestly, it was just stressing me out to be subscribed to certain creators who I won't name. And I just stopped looking. I stopped caring. I was like, look, I don't need this energy. It's stressing me out. I'm getting burned out being surrounded by this, and like it's gotten to me. Like I'm not gonna sit here and pretend it hasn't. Like it has. It's stressful. And like the thing that really did it in was everyone's overreaction to that TWAB. You know what TWAB I'm talking about. We talked about it on the other stream, but good lord, man, people are just so dramatic. And like I had a whole conversation with Duck about it yesterday. And we were just like, and it's a 50-50 thing, right? It's like on one level, the burnout is like, you know, a lot of Destiny is the same thing, like over and over and over again, and that just gets tiring. That gets boring after a while. But the other 50%, and for me, more often than not, 70%, is the community. Like, so many people think they know what's best for the game, and they just don't. Like, quite frankly, they just don't. And it's really frustrating to watch people that are so convicted and convinced that they know what's best for the game actively kind of ruining the game. And, like, I know that's a hot take, but, like, I'm starting to feel like... Hey, Witherhorde, thank you so much, my friend.
That shall not be named.
Mm-hmm. The TWAB shall not be named. I said this the other day when I was talking to Duck, and I want to know what you guys think about it. I don't tend to like statements like this because it lacks nuance. It completely lacks nuance.
Kenny
Hey Kenny, thank you so much, my friend. Thank you so much. I'm curious to know what you guys think of this. You know, I don't like non-nuanced takes, and this is a very non-nuanced take. But I was talking to Duck, and I was like, I think hardcores are, like, the sweats and hardcores I'm starting to believe are killing this game. I think long term, when everyone whines and bitches and moans about everything and can't fucking make up their mind on what they want, it's gonna draw away, the Pokemon music is, the duality of this is amazing. It's gonna draw away the filthy casuals and the people that just enjoy the game casually and don't take it too seriously, and all you're going to be left with is a cesspool of just sweat and toxicity and indecisive people that all think they know what's best for the game. And I'm not going to sit here and like stand by that. I acknowledge this is just a knee-jerk reaction of like, this is just how I feel right now. I could be totally wrong, but it's how I felt for a while. And I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I know it's an unnuanced take, and I would not ever say this is like definitive and correct. You know, I would never say a take like that is correct. It's just a vibe check, and not every sweat is like, it's so unnuanced that it's barely even worth saying, you know? But I don't know, man. Give the TWAB diss track a listen. I don't know, man. I don't feel like hearing about that TWAB anymore. Like, it's getting kind of exhausting, you know? Which is why I've just stopped keeping up with the community. And I've like gotten to this point where I'm like, you know what? Maybe I am out of touch, and maybe that's okay. Maybe I can live with that. Maybe I'm okay. Toad Smoothie hates all the players. If you are upset at Bungie, if you are mad at the game, if you don't like the game, you're a toxic piece of shit. That's my take. It isn't, but some people think it is. Anyway, I think that TWAB diss is AI generated. Now I'm curious. But yeah, man, it's just, I don't know. I'm like, maybe I can just make silly videos and not care about the meta, or not like listen to what all of these like people that just, you know, it's you don't have to keep up with everything, and that's a lesson that I'm learning. When I checked out a couple weeks ago of a lot of the YouTube Destiny space, I started noticing, I was like, wow, I'm a lot less stressed. I'm enjoying the game. It's funny how that works, right? And this is not me saying, hate smoothie. This is not me saying Bungie can do no wrong. Suck Bungie's dick. I have plenty of like more than 70% of the conversation I was having with Duck yesterday was about how Bungie isn't doing enough to innovate the game. I fully understand that. The community doesn't make it any better. The community makes it so much worse. And I'm not talking about you guys. I'm not talking about the people here in this chat, most of you. I'm sure, you know, maybe there's a couple people who are like, I don't like what he's saying. But, you know, I think most people generally don't take this game that seriously. Yeah, 20 minutes-ish. But good lord, the people that take this game that seriously, it's so tiring to listen to them, and they're so loud. It's just... Exactly, like, Bungie has done plenty wrong, you know? Like, me and Duck were joking yesterday, in this stream, I bet you're gonna hear the words, "We're going back," at least 2 or 3 times. At least 2 or 3 times. And that's on my bingo card. We're going back, you know? We're gonna hear that. Trust me, Bungie has done plenty wrong, and do I kind of wish they would take a year off and make an update that actually brought meaningful change to the game? Yeah, I do. Like, this is my job, and I kind of wish they did that, to be quite honest. But anyway, like, me and Duck were talking the other day. We were like, you know, call me crazy, and I know a lot of people agree with this. This isn't exactly a hot take, but I'm like, you know, it's not exciting to most people. It's not exciting to players like my brother, Duck, who only play around the big content drops when, like, it's like, oh, new season, it's gonna be super drawn out. We're not really gonna, like, add a whole lot more. Hey, Severance, thank you so much. Oh my lord, that is incredibly generous of you, my friend. Thank you. I need to watch that show.
I won't lie.
I need to watch that show.
I've played Destiny half of my life, and your goofy yet creative content has been super refreshing for me.
Thank you.
Each different challenge and experience has me excited to try it out. Thank you.
Hey, well, thank you, Severance. Seriously, I really appreciate it. And comments like that really do make my day, so I really appreciate it. And thank you for your generosity. I think that, like, Destiny has become so monotonous to a lot of people that it's frustrating. And I agree with that. It frustrates me, you know? Like, that is frustrating. And personally, even though what I'm about to propose would piss so many people off, but hey, Chocolate Star. Oh, whoa, what is happening here? I need to, I can't see half of my screen. Hold on, let me not miss anything. Live streaming. Chocolate Star with a member for 20 months. Thank you so much, my friend. And Anthony for 21 months. Guys, thank you so much. Seriously. What time is it? Alright, we still got 20 minutes. We can yap a little longer. But I'm gonna pull up my Discord. Oh god, there we go. I would honestly love it. Hey, Vex, again, thank you guys, seriously. I would love it if Bungie took like a year and a half off, because look what they did with Final Shape, right? Look how good of an expansion that was. They come back and they're like, all right, guys, Taken Queen expansion. I'm just throwing something out there. Don't take this too seriously. Taken Queen. And as part of it, as part of this Taken Queen expansion that we have taken a bunch of time off to make for Destiny 3, we have completely overhauled Guardians. We have overhauled Warlock, Hunter, and Titan. Now on Warlock, you can cast spells as you're playing, and like they can alter the way your weapon fires, like some Kaiju No 8 shit. The spells and the mage fantasy is more integrated into your gameplay. You know, you can go into a little transcendent like mode where you drop your weapon and go like, yeah, I know Destiny 3 would not take a year. I'm literally just yapping right now, but you drop your weapon, go into like a mage mode. You can just cast spells. Maybe you're playing Crucible, right? You think there's someone invisible around you, cast a spell that decloaks nearby enemies. Like, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. I know it would take more than a year. That was an arbitrary number. But, and then like Hunter, you know, there's so much you could do to like differentiate these classes more. And even small things like, okay, when you go into this mode, change the heads up display so it looks a little different. Just let it look a little different. Like, it just, everything is the same. And like, I think what really kickstarted this idea for me is like, I saw the trailer for Ash and Iron the other day and I was like, okay, yeah, that, I'm gonna keep it a brick with you. Like, that did not really excite me. I was like, yeah, it's more of the same, you know? Maybe I'd get into it if I wasn't so exhausted by the community these last few weeks, but like, Because you know what, a player like Duck, and I mention him a lot, but he is like the closest reference I have, the real life reference I have here. He sees these videos pop up in his feed that are all just like people whining and bitching all the time. And you know what he says? I don't want any part of that. That looks toxic. I don't want any part of that. That is the average player experience and exposure to the community. You're probably right, Ashter. You're probably right. And also, like, dude, okay, here's another thing, man. So I guess they nerfed Lord of Wolves, right? Which, like, I thought we could all agree that it had it coming. And then I saw the fucking comment section. Guys, don't ever go into the comment section. It's horrible. Then I see people, like, whining and bitching about, like, why do they keep nerfing things when they should really be buffing everything else? I'm like, because we're not strong enough? You want to be stronger? Like, I thought we were all tired of how overpowered we were. I thought the idea, like, there's this camp of, wow, we're way too strong, and Prismatic sent us way over the edge. Like, we need things to be difficult. We need things to, like, hit us harder. Power creep, you know? Power creep is a thing. And then when Bungie nerfs something, because I truly believe that power creep is a thing you should be avoiding, exactly, how dare they balance the game? Like, what the fuck? There's no winning with some people. Sorry, the chat is like delayed in my OBS, so I'm looking at it on the preview. Huh. Like, I don't know, man. Like, the Destiny community has gotten so bipolar in these last, you know, few years, and it's exhausting to keep up with. So I just don't keep up with it. That's the thing. It's like, well, boo fucking who? Go, use something else. I know it's like, if a gun is outperforming everything else, yes, that gun should be nerfed. I just don't think that's, like, you know, I don't think that's crazy. Uh-oh, hold on, I see something over here. I see something over here. Oh, Anthony with the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you so much. I dropped my chips. Thank you so much, Anthony. That is very, very generous of you. I really, really appreciate that. The D2 stream is up. Let me see here. Yes, it is. So, okay. Let me boot this up here. Bring this over to the live scene. Now, here's another thing I'll say. Here's another thing I'll say. Let me go over here. As far as I don't know. I have no inside information. I have no idea what they're going to show us today. I hope it's good. My hopes aren't high, you know. I'm gonna leave this. I'll lower it a little more. My hopes aren't high. My expectations are very managed right now. To be just like, I don't think Ash and Iron looks all that good from the trailer they showed. Ash and Iron drops today, by the way. I don't think Ash and Iron looks all that good. But it's basically just a seasonal update. Like, I don't knock Ash and Iron that much. I'm just saying it isn't captivating my interest right now. But I don't want to poo-poo all over something that is ultimately just like a free update, you know? It's cool. It's cool that it's there. As far as Renegades, I'm excited because it's a Star Wars expansion, you know? I'm to this point with Destiny where I want to see larger sweeping changes that give me something to care about, because quite honestly, I don't give a shit about the loot anymore. Like, it's gotten to the point where I made a whole video talking about loot and how I would want to change it, but it's gotten to the point where I'm like, look, I have everything I want. I don't feel the need to grind anything. Destiny is no longer a looter shooter for me. It's a fantasy RPG. It's not a looter shooter. For me, maxed out, I'm in the same exact boat as you are. I'm just sad for the game. I feel like we ruined the game, you know? I'm telling you, man, the people who whine and moan all the time online and can't make up their minds, I think they have a large part to play. Large part to play. But yeah, and that's another thing I'm thinking about. I might end up streaming some Borderlands 4 later this week, because I do, like, especially while I'm just, and again, maybe this will wow me. You know, maybe I will just be like so impressed with Renegades that I'm like, I can't wait. I'm all in, you know, cool. Maybe they'll show Shattered Cycle, they'll tease it, and it'll be an Ahamkara expansion, because if that happens, I will, like, it'll be all over the screen. All over the screen. That's my big hope. It's an Ahamkara expansion. But otherwise, I mean, there's so many good games coming up. And Redacted is like my main squeeze right now. Where I'm like, I'm not gonna stop making Destiny content. Don't get the wrong idea. Like, I'm not gonna stop. I still love Destiny, even if I get tired of it sometimes because of X, Y, and Z. But there are just other games that, like, I'd like to mess around with, like Borderlands and Pokemon Legends ZA. So don't be surprised if you see some Borderlands or Pokemon content start coming to the channel. That isn't me leaving Destiny. I'm just trying new stuff, because I just need a little bit of a break with how just exhausting everything's been lately. So I'm excited about it, though. I am excited about it. Borderlands looks good. I'm so excited about a new Pokemon game. So, like, we might be streaming that, is what I'm saying. This weekend, we might be streaming some Borderlands. That's the thing. I think Shattered Cycle has got to be Awoken themed, at least, you know? And, you know, I was going back and forth on a Legends ZA playthrough. Because... And this is gonna sound bad. Don't take this the wrong way. I don't want to ruin the game for myself. And what I mean by that is, you know, when you're streaming a game, you're enjoying it in a different way than you are when you're just sitting on the couch and playing it. Now, I like streaming because I like to share moments with you guys. You know, I think that's fun. I've always wanted to stream a Pokemon game. But it is also like, I'm like, okay, anytime I want to play through this game, I gotta hop on stream, and, like, you know, it's this, unless I'm just like grinding. You know, I can grind off stream. But I do think I want to do it, because I've wanted to stream a Pokemon game for so long now. But I mean, this would just feel like it's too good of an opportunity, you know? I may also do a Pokemon Black and White Soul Link randomizer with Donovan. That's something we've been talking about a lot. And if he isn't up for doing it or doesn't have time, I could just do a Nuzlocke, a randomized Nuzlocke by myself, and we can stream that on here as well and on Twitch. So anyway, all that to say, you're gonna see some streams that are like Borderlands and Pokemon over the next month or so. Maybe even some videos getting made of those streams and you know, challenges and whatnot, or whatever we end up doing. But there's also gonna be Destiny stuff. Redacted 3, I'm wanting to have done by Friday, so I can just play Borderlands this Friday. And we'll probably do a Tron video as well, since Tron's coming out. And I gotta think about the Epic Raid too, now that they've, like, delayed that. Anyway, I'll be right back. I gotta wash my hands, because they are yucky. Okay. Also, if you haven't already checked out Guess the Hunter 2, we posted that yesterday. Is that an energy sword? Yep. Yeah, it is. It is a metal energy sword. Like a pearlescent metal oil look to it. It's really cool. I've had it for a really long time. I hope so, Witherhorde. I hope so. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I also got a plasma pistol right over here. And a ray gun. I gotta put some stuff up, man. I want to get a display case to put right under Master Chief over there to put other nerdy stuff on. And that ray gun doubles as a blowtorch. And my fiance's dad last year for Christmas got me a lightsaber that is a blowtorch, and it's so cool. Mega Halucha does look really, really good. And obviously, like, look, guys, there's of course never any pressure to watch variety content. Like, if you're just here for Destiny, that is totally cool, and I understand that, and I respect that. You know, I'm never gonna like be like, yo, you gotta watch. Like, if you care about me, you'll watch my Pokemon content. Like, no, but that's not how this is. You know, I know A's the Dragonite. But yeah, man, I think we're gonna be streaming Legends CA, and like Duck and I were talking about, because he's really into the competitive battling side of Pokemon, not necessarily competitive.
Watermelon Boy,
the $20 super chat. Thank you so much, my friend.
Tribute.
Oh boy.
Hey Toad, hope you've been good. I've been silk songing it up. Absolute banger.
Oh yeah, dude. It's I've never played Hollow Knight, but I have it.
Bungie has been cooking up. May the Warden of the Spring bless.
Thank you, Borgong. I appreciate you, my friend. Yeah, I have not played Silksong or Hollow Knight. I have it because again, Axelochi, my fiance's brother, gifted me Hollow Knight because he's a big Hollow Knight fan. He gifted me Hollow Knight for around Christmas time, I believe, as well. So I have it. I also have never played Undertale. I have Undertale. I've never played it. These are all things we could stream, man. That would actually be really, really fun. That one mega reveal genuinely scared me. Was it with the spiders and whatnot? Play it right now. Undertale and Hollow Knight are both on the list. That's the thing too. I know I'm kind of like, I know nothing about Undertale, like legitimately nothing. It's like the cream of the crop of Metroidvanias besides Super Metroid. Like that's the thing. I've never entertained games like that. Not that I think they're bad. I genuinely don't know if I would like it. Yeah, the Victory Belt one. Man, now you guys are getting me excited. Like, cause there's so many good games like coming out. That's the thing, like Witherhorde, Lochi really wants me to play Undertale, and she's like, you need to stream it. She was like, I'll moderate chat so you don't get spoiled. Just like stream it and just play the whole thing. I was like, okay, I'll do it. I'll do it. If you play Undertale, you cannot stream it. Why? Because of spoilers? Because if it's for spoilers, I could have like Lochi moderating the chat because she'd want to watch with me. I've also never played, what's it called, Baldur's Gate. You can't stream Undertale? Why not? I don't know anything about the community or control freak spoilers because people out here spoiling like crazy. I think I could probably do it. If Lochi was there with me moderating the chat. Anyway, all that to say, being some of the worst backseaters, that'll make it funny. I'm excited now. Laren Rob, welcome. I'd be hyped if you streamed Helldivers. I have Helldivers. I've only played it a couple times. Hey, he's gonna love this next part. I fucking hate when people do that, man. When I'm watching a TV show or a movie and my friend's like, no, dude, just like watch what's about to happen. I'm like, well, now I know something's about to happen. Like, very much a spoilers ruins the game immediately. Man, I'll probably still do it. I think it'd be funny. Favorite Vault Hunter? Gage. My middle name is Gage, so I'm partial to her, but I think she's very, very cool. I think she's very cool. She was one of the first ones I played as when I got onto Borderlands 2. Flak is cool too. I like Flak. But yeah, anyway, so all that to say, there's still gonna be Destiny content. Redacted 3 is probably coming out this week, probably. This week or next week. I'm working really hard on it. But yeah, last name Smoothie. Yeah, Redacted, and then Borderlands. If people are enjoying some of the variety stuff, maybe we'll explore a bit more. I'm definitely gonna do Borderlands and Pokemon. And let me actually write down Hollow Knight and Undertale. Uh-oh, I think we're starting here. Hollow Knight, Undertale. Because that could be fun. That could be fun. All right, guys. Renegades. Let's do it. Hello, DMG.
Hey, everybody. Hey, Guardians. Welcome. My name is Dylan. I'm going to be your host today.
Let me know if the audio is good. I can turn it up a little bit.
11-year anniversary to Destiny 1's launch.
Wow.
I wanted to make sure to cover that at the very top because it's kind of mind melting. 11 years of Destiny.
11! I'm 22! This game came out when I was 11!
So we're going to rush through this. No, we aren't going to rush. But we have Renegades. We have some really cool stuff to talk about that's going to be coming in December.
Where the fuck is he?
We have a wonderful update from our development team. We've been listening. We're looking at your feedback, and we actually have some plans that are coming together right now to address it since Edge of Fate launched. And then we also have, on the second half of the show, we're going to be looking at Ash and Iron. We'll have a bunch of devs on the couch. We're going to talk about
first half is Renegades?
And potentially a new exotic that you might have been asking.
And he was found
without
dead
further
in
ado,
an alley.
Robbie, how you doing? Welcome back to the couch.
Hey, Dylan. It's great to be here.
Whoa. Look at that. Look at that key
and
art,
you were
guys.
talking here in the intro, like we've got some really big changes coming based on all the feedback we're getting from the Edge of Fate that we'll talk about right after we give a little bit of a first look at Renegades here. And that's why we got our laptops, right? There's a lot to get through.
That is such a cool poster.
About, so we're just
the guy holding a ghost?
Sure we're going to get through it all. So we've been hard at work on collaborating with our friends at Lucasfilm Games to make something that is like unmistakably Star Wars, but authentically a Destiny story and experience. And so today we get to start pulling back the curtain on that.
Mm-hmm.
That looks really cool.
I'm going to embrace my inner Scarrow and ask, Robbie, is there a Vidoc?
Yeah, so you all asked for it. You're going to get it. We're about to play a Vidoc. That is our first look at the Lawless Frontier. You're stepping into a world of criminals, shady deals, with an arsenal at your disposal that you'll only be able to find within a black market here that's emerged within Seoul. And so, yeah, let's take our first look at Renegades.
Okay. All right. Let's see it, guys. I hope it's good. We're going back!
How stunningly Star
We're going back
Wars
to Mars, guys. I told you.
electric.
Whoa! Whoa!
I jumped into that walker and I just annihilated the encounter.
What? What?
Squeezing that trigger, feeling that blaster just go off. It was like a whole new world opened up for me.
Oh my god,
There's
guys.
something really special here.
Fuck!
That we haven't really done in Destiny before.
Fuck!
That ignition, that hiss, that sound.
Oh no! Oh, it's like that. Okay.
It's like that. It's really like that. Oh my god, this is cool. They have the AT-ATs. The ATSTs.
We begin in the shadow of a prophecy that says
Oh, wow.
end is already written. It's here we draw a line in the sand, where we start the long journey to fight our fate. In Renegades, Guardians infiltrate a criminal underworld to save a friend whose past
Oh
is
my
caught up with them
lord.
and disrupt the rise of powerful new enemies.
That's insane.
In special collaboration with Lucasfilm Games, we took inspiration from Star Wars to craft a
Stormtrooper Cabal?
Renegades redefines what an expansion can be. It brings the grit, guns, and glory of a
Oh
space
my
western to
god,
Destiny.
guys.
But Renegades isn't just about power. It's about what you're willing to risk.
The copyright on these videos is gonna go so dumb. Oh, we're gonna have such a bad time dodging copyright.
The folks at Lucasfilm were such great collaborators. They understood that in order for this to work, we had to find where the Venn diagram of our two stories meet. Themes of underdogs rising up against something much larger than themselves. Themes of hope. Those little places in that Venn diagram were the ones that really helped us find the story that we want to tell together.
If you look at Star
Drifter
Wars,
got
and you look
Han
at Destiny, you
Soloed.
can kind of see that
Whoa.
parallel that exists. So, for instance,
The
our
Sarlacc
Dredgen,
pit.
They're our Sith.
Pretty Sithy.
Yeah, and then you've got the Barrett Imperium.
Oh my
and they
God,
are very,
guys.
very Empire-like. They have a huge appetite for expansion.
I think of the
Now,
Pax
this is a
Order.
cool
There
way to
are
expand the
Jedi in
Cabal.
this release, and they are very focused on order and law and understanding that there is a binary in our universe of good and evil. We get to poke at that a little bit in a way that suits our story and our world, while still feeling very much like the inspiration that we're calling from. Edge of Fate leaves us with a really big pass forward into the future. We know of this prophecy now that tells us that we need to bind the Nine or we face extinction. And Drifter was there on Kepler. He saw all of this.
Not running from this one.
And what did he do? He got himself
Drifter is
frozen in carbonite.
convinced that there's a connection between the Nine and the rise of this new faction, the Barrent Imperium. He sees them rising at an unnaturally fast rate and is insistent
guys.
that there's a problem. But the Vanguard isn't listening.
They're literally
They're
stormtroopers.
insisting that he needs to stand down.
The
Typical
cool thing about this
Vanguard.
criminal underworld is you and Drifter and your crew, you come in at the bottom, and at the top, there's the Barrent Imperium. You need to work with all these crooked criminal syndicates in between, earning your power, building up the notoriety, getting the
What the
gear that
fuck?
you need to take down that powerful Imperium at the top.
There's a weapon that the Barrent Imperium have made, and we need to be the ones to destroy it. And we're not going to be able to do that unless we work with exactly the kind of people that we normally fight. So we're going to head out to the lawless frontier, and one job at a time, we're going to take down the Imperium.
Oh my god, guys. This is like Star Wars to the core.
The lawless frontier is filled with big, chaotic, cooperative activities. You're gonna choose the job, you're gonna choose which renegade abilities you're gonna take into those jobs, and then you're
Renegade
gonna drop
abilities.
into the action with your team, smash up those objectives, get as many riches and treasures as you can, and then get out. Or die
Okay.
trying.
Marathon and Destiny?
Go to the Lost
In
Frontier
extraction
hologram.
game mode?
You'll see Mars, Europa, and Venus.
So it is
with
Mars,
swamps
yeah.
that are
Venus!
reminiscent of Dagobah. There's some hints of Hoth in Europa, right?
Yeah.
For fans of both Star Wars
Oh,
and Destiny.
wow.
Mars.
Guys, we're going
which is
back
pits
times
that are
two.
very reminiscent of Sarlacc pits, and you don't want to fall into them. You'll die.
These are Destiny locations. It's just we're taking
It's
inspiration
literally
from
like
some
an
of these
extraction
iconic
shooter.
places in Star Wars.
Oh, that's cool.
Let's say we go to Mars, and you're gonna pick a bounty hunting job for the Fallen to take out some Cabal.
What?
And then you either matchmake with people online, you take your crew with you, you can play solo. Every time you drop in, you might be in a different location on the map. Your objectives are gonna be a little different each time.
That guy looks like Chappie.
Time of day, so there's a lot of variety and richness within these activities. We want them to be highly replayable.
Okay.
Along the way, we're gonna throw.
Oh, that's a
curveballs.
neat gun.
You might run into a missile tower that's trying to take you out from halfway across the map. And you have to like divert and take it out, and you get some extra credits out of that. Defeat your boss, get to the exfil with whatever time you've got left. Call your ship in. All hell drops in on your head.
Hell
from the
divers?
Cabal. Your ship flies in.
Like hell
You
divers?
hop aboard and you got to exfil.
Oh my god.
Over the course of the campaign
Oh
and
my
deep
God.
into the post-game of Renegades, you're going to be unlocking and earning a bunch of different Renegade
I know
abilities.
they had so much fun making this.
We got things like airstrikes,
What?
Cabal drop pods, vehicles like the Cabal walkers, interceptors, swoop bikes, turrets.
Please, combined arms. We
We've got
need
9
combined
abilities, 7
arms, bro.
upgrades. There's a ton of stuff that you can bring in and just change how things play.
It's like a tech tree of options.
It's like a whole tree of options
Oh, whoa.
across support, defensive, and offensive abilities.
I was about to say,
So
is this
players
the
are gonna have
UI?
a lot to play with here.
You can upgrade the
Lawless
vehicles
Frontier
too.
Isn't just about raw power. It's about influence. Shady backroom deals, working for these powerful syndicates.
That's
and
a
against
cool
them
ass
at different
scion.
times, and all of this takes place at the heart of the criminal underworld in Tharsis Outpost.
The Vanguard have been
God.
preoccupied. They've been off saving the world, and they haven't been looking at Tharsis. It's changed a lot since the last time we were there.
It's now this thriving black market, this criminal underworld. Tharsis Junction became Tharsis
There was
Outpost.
a ghost there.
If you have an unsavory job that you need done, you can find it
Of
at
course,
Tharsis
spiders
Outpost.
there.
Tharsis Outpost feels appropriate for both Star Wars and for us. When we looked at Mos Eisley as inspiration, we knew that we could play in that playground in a really fun way. From the ghosts that you'll see floating around to one Elixni with all 4 of his Elixni arms shaking up drinks. We took that inspiration and we found the Destiny spin on it. Criminal syndicates have moved in.
You're working with the syndicates. You are building your notoriety with them.
The 3 different syndicates that we created, we're going to be dealing with. The Pikers are Elixni. They're kind of like an anarchist biker gang. Unlike other Elixni, they're atheists. They don't worship machines.
Oh, wow.
They follow relics. We've also got the Totality Division, a subset of the Barrent Imperium.
I like
they're
that
run
guy.
by Scions.
These guys are
and
cool.
Their enforcer Rao is going to be the leader of this group. And we've got Tharsis Reformation.
What is this?
They are a breakaway group from Maya's Vex. They're starting to think for themselves and figure out what it means to be an individual.
They're starting to do crime.
Fucking
they're,
Atheon,
they're wearing
dude.
clothes.
Crime and wearing
They're
clothes
starting
are
to
what
do
all
crime.
individuals do. We need to have new people to fight and new people to root for. And this was our
I like that.
opportunity.
Fucking clankers. No way you just said that.
But the heart of the Renegade fantasy is not just surviving the lawless frontier. It's garnering influence and building your power so that you can bend it to your will.
In the end game, you get the best weapons, the best armor, the coolest exclusive cosmetics. You're going to need to work with the syndicates to increase your notoriety by completing jobs successfully alone or with a crew, and then doing so you'll unlock our highest risk, highest reward jobs, and at the same time you're going to have the ability to do the special job that'll take you off planet to the dungeon.
Oh. Off planet.
And you'll also unlock Invasion.
That's right.
Another
Invasion is
pyramid
back.
dungeon?
But this doesn't work like Gambit. It's opt-in. The invader has some initiative when invasion begins. This is more strategic.
You scan the battlefield and you're like, okay, is this the right time for me to take the shot? And what's the right tool for me to do it? Do I use an airstrike or a vehicle? Do I use a cabal walker?
What is this?
Just watch out for that double cross.
Yeah.
This is the dungeon? I'm so confused. Is that the dungeon?
Renegades marks the Guardian's descent into a criminal underworld. A world of shadows and syndicates, where your light and your choices will cut a path forward. You'll fight dirty, break the rules, and build a hardened crew that can take on any job,
Oh my God.
standing up to the most ruthless syndicates in the system.
They brought back Gambit. It's crazy. Oh my lord. It's so shameless. I love it.
Even in the darkest corners of this world, there's still a glimmer of hope. Guardians will have to find their own version of balance between loyalty and survival, between power and purpose. Because there's more at play than credits and contracts. Forces are on the move, ones that see you not just as a player, but as a piece on the board.
Oh, that's cool looking. That's real cool
To change
looking.
the future, you'll have to become the one thing they never saw coming.
A Jedi! Oh, who are you? Padme?
Start the engines. Take off as soon as you can.
What? Who was she? We get an X-Wing! My dad's gonna be so happy.
All right, welcome back. Sorry, I love Vidocs. I gotta stop looking at chat. Let's get the show on the road.
Oh my
So
god.
pre-orders for the new Renegade Standard Edition start right now. And we actually have some added bonuses. Even if you pre-ordered the, what do we got? Year of Prophecy Edition, we have 2 additional cosmetics that are going live today.
The X-Wing.
The Starside Introduction Emblem, and a new exotic ship, which we call the Renegade Leader.
And we call it the X-Wing.
I'm going to ask a silly question. What are we looking at?
I mean, I think we're kind of looking at something that looks like an
my dad's gonna be so
a little
happy.
bit, maybe a little red leader action. So, I mean, this is one of our homages, right?
That was just a
the
clip
team
from
had
the
a lot
old
of fun with. So
from the
we
old
wanted to build like
Republic.
an iconic ship, Dylan, that
Oh,
kicked
that's
off the road to
cool. I like
Renegades
that.
here over the next few months. And what's cool about this is you're actually going to see your ship, whatever ship you have equipped, that's going to be flying by when you deploy your Renegade abilities in the Lawless Frontier. And also, you're going to be using your ship to go
Look,
between
I'll say
different
this: some
areas within
people,
the playgrounds
again,
here
the
and
people
reclaim
that do
activities
this are
as well
gonna
today
like
as well.
whine and bitch about this and have their
with,
reasons for doing it.
Pre-orders talked
I
about,
don't think
let's
there's anything
dive
wrong
into
with the
the
Star
Vidoc.
Wars themed
Robbie,
expansion,
where we start.
as long as
Yeah,
this
so I
doesn't
think
become
it's
a norm.
probably best. There's so much like to do a really kind of quick overview.
But this is
what
at
we
least a
looked at
little
here.
refreshing feeling.
So Renegades thrusts you and your crew into the heart of a lawless frontier that's emerged around Mars, Europa, and Venus, all new locations across those places. And you're trying to keep up with Drifter, ultimately, who's chasing startling visions of calamity and rumors of a powerful new Cabal faction that's rising, the Baron Imperium. That Imperium's installed themselves as top dog in the criminal underworld, and Drifter's convinced that the Nine is involved with the Imperium's rapid growth. It wouldn't be the first time the Nine have meddled in the background and done some crazy things with Cabal-related enemies. Anyway,
Who's
so
that
to
hunter?
deal with the Imperium, you're going to take on the role of a renegade. As a guardian, you're going to smuggle, sabotage, bounty hunt your way to the top of the lawless frontier, and that means you're going to be working with
Yeah, the Mandalorian rifle.
shady
I was
syndicates,
wondering.
to build
I knew it looked
influence in
familiar.
Tarsus, but ultimately, like this is for the right reason. You're being the bad guy to do the right thing because you can't really ignore this prophecy of extinction that showed up at the end of Edge of Fate. Yeah.
So, I mean, you mentioned Drifter. We have a pretty stellar cast here, and there was a new character that we showed off.
Love the way
Yeah, we
this
showed one of our
looked.
new characters. That's a new member of your crew who comes from the Praxis Order.
The Fine Ship?
actually. And they've been tasked with tracking down reports of dredging activity across the lawless frontier. And they've also been tasked with keeping an eye on Drifter because he's been seeing and saying some crazy stuff lately. And this is all being done in defiance
Drifter,
of the Vanguard. So this Praxis Order is kind of here to kind of be oversight of everything that's happening. We've got a bunch of new villains too, alongside the criminal syndicates and their bosses. We just don't want to spoil too much right now. We're going to have more on the story closer to launch.
All right. So we've got smuggling, sabotaging, bounty hunting, wearing clothes, doing crime.
It's important.
Let's talk about the gameplay.
Yeah, so being an individual means crimes and clothes. We've established that going forward. One thing to make sure is clear here, in the campaign that has a bunch of story missions, it's going to introduce you to also the jobs that you'll be taking in addition to those story missions within the lawless frontier. So you'll be kind of climbing the ranks of the criminal underworld here because the syndicates are not going to trust you out the gate. You kind of have to garner influence with them before they're going to help you out in dealing with the Imperium. And so then at the conclusion of the campaign, once that Imperium's chokehold is kind of loosened on Tharsis and the lawless frontier, you unintentionally kick off a turf war between the three syndicates, because now they're all vying for power because you've kind of toppled the top dog of their power hierarchy. Yeah.
And so let's talk about this. In
Whoa.
December, the Lawless Frontier is coming. It's not just like a concept. It's an activity.
Yeah, and I know we're showing something on screen right now that is when you go through this daily ritual of dealing with contested territory, you'll be able to target the syndicate.
Yeah,
you wanna
Renegades
kinda,
is
take
December.
down in that moment. But ultimately, the Lawless Frontier is a new activity where you'll
what,
be
3 months?
carrying
3 months
out
away?
a variety of those missions, those smuggle, bounty hunt, sabotaging. I think you kind of can tell what they're going to be all about just with the name of them. And this is you just partnering with and against the syndicates. And so it's fast, it's tactical, and it's going to throw a ton of enemies and a variety of objectives within each of these jobs at your fire team in new locations across Mars, Europa, and Venus. This is all about big, chaotic co-op action within the lawless frontier. Yeah.
Cool. And
I
then
think
when
that is
you're
Drifter's
working
ship.
with the syndicates, I expect to be paid when I take on a job.
Sure.
What are they going to be giving us?
Every criminal does.
Yeah,
right.
Glimmer.
You know what I mean? So, one thing just to talk about at the top, because Tom and I are really excited about this, the creative lead on Renegades. The Cabal have been dropping
I love
pods in
these
your head
facts.
for 8
boy.
years now, something like that. And so with one of our Renegade abilities, we kind of get to turn the table on the Cabal and drop one on them. It also supplies you some ammo and stuff too, some nice convenience there.
Oh, that's cool.
But the campaign ultimately introduce you to a number of these abilities. And the turf war, you'll actually choose which syndicates you want to pledge to in order to unlock more abilities and a bigger suite of upgrades. Also, depending on which syndicate you're pledged to, there will be other bonuses and weekly shipments coming into Tharsis as well that you get to take advantage of.
Cheeky
And so
little black
one
screen
thing I
right
want to
there.
note too is that all of these Renegade abilities that we're talking about in the Vidoc, they're purely additive to your
Why are they wearing
subclass
clothes?
abilities.
They're learning.
The Renegade abilities do not override any of your other Guardian abilities. So
Okay.
like your super, your melee,
They're learning
your
what it
grenade,
means to be an
that's all your
individual.
disposal on top of these Renegade abilities. We really wanted to lean into the idea of this fantasy of you working with your crew and the various roles you could play within the Lost Frontiers of all these
That
different
hunter is
jobs.
literally just Kylo Ren, dude.
Awesome. And then I have to give a shout out to James Sy. He's frankly one of the biggest Star Wars nerds I've ever met in my life. But he was talking about the blaster and that feel the first time he shot it. Like, let's talk about him.
Yeah, I love that blaster, and because like my personal joke is it's like Forerunner at home. It's kind of like a legendary version of that exotic. And
It's a
it just feels fucking
legendary.
incredible. Oh, sorry,
Oh.
it feels incredible. Excuse me,
Oh.
for kids at home. So we're gonna have a
That was
weapons,
not
deep
rated
dive
T for
close to launch.
teen,
I know I
bud.
keep saying that. It's fun on the Vidoc. There's even more.
Robbie.
to talk about, too much. But what we can say
Wow.
about blasters right now is they're new, powerful weapons in your arsenal, and
okay, we
they
didn't hear.
actually
We
draw
didn't hear.
ammo straight from your reserves, Dylan. And so the mechanic of this is basically heating up the gun and then venting it out. So no reloading technically, but since you have to like charge up
Okay.
heat and you have to think about overheating, it's a whole mechanic and has its own special reload associated with it. And so it's going to be all about finding like the rhythm of pace and battle between building up heat and venting it. It's
Okay.
really fun to
Sorry,
play
I had to
around with, and
modify
the
the
team is
light.
really honing in on something like that feels really special and new. It's cool.
All
It's
right.
cool, yeah.
So we're not going to go too deep on campaign because spoilers. We want
Yeah.
to let players discover that.
Yeah.
We've talked about the Lawless Frontier, but one of the components is invasions.
Oh yeah. So you're going to
Invasions.
unlock invasion as part of that turf war we've been talking about, and the syndicates are like reaching out to
Dude,
you.
don't tell
and
me
they're
it's
giving
like
you
people who are
contracts
aligned with
to play
other
Hitman
contracts.
against other Guardian crews. So it's 1 versus 3. It's you versus a Guardian crew
that's
on the Lawless
cool.
Frontier. And like we said in the Vidoc, invasion is 100% opt-in for both the invaders and the defending fire team crew. But don't worry, because all of the difficulty modes, there's always an option that is available to you if you don't want to.
I'm a
engage
little
in invasion.
confused by like
Yeah.
the
We
whole
wanna make
1v3
sure that, because like
thing.
even though some people love that PVE chocolate mixing with that PvP peanut butter, we wanted to make sure that if you didn't want to do that, there's always an option for you to do something else within the Lost Frontier.
And then if you do opt in, though, there's more rewards or incentive, right?
I mean, yeah, you're like asking, you're basically saying, hey, fire team, I'm open to having another Guardian come and wreck shop and mess my day up, right? And so you're taking a higher risk, so therefore there's a chance of higher reward depending on how you
Okay.
handle that, right? Cool.
Yeah, I mean, so that covers gameplay effectively. We do have a dungeon. We showed a little tease, but again, no spoilers. We'll let you discover that on day one. Let's talk about the last thing that players may have seen, or the first thing, honestly. We saw chat blown up. Let's talk about the saber.
Yeah.
Right. So, yeah, this is
The
Destiny's
saber.
homage, right? It's our love letter to the Star Wars lightsaber. And we're calling it the Praxic Blade.
The Praxic
Again, we'll be sharing
Blade.
a whole lot more closer to launch. I'm really sorry.
Is it
I
an
feel like a
exotic?
parrot right now just saying the same thing. But what I can say is that the Praxic Blade is going to be highly customizable in both gameplay and visuals. And so there's going to
Okay.
be a ton of parts and
I
components
bet it's
that you'll be
crafted.
chasing and discovering throughout the Lost Frontier, within the turf war, within the dungeon itself. And this is all about kind of making the Praxic Blade your own. And you saw it in the Vidoc, but the blade really does feel truly exotic right now. You can do things with it that no other weapon can do in Destiny, and I really can't wait till players get their hands on
Okay.
it here in a few months.
Awesome.
All right.
Well, that's it for Renegades. We have 2 more big subjects to go through today. So
2 more.
thanks for running us through that.
course.
I know one is
Our
Action
next
Iron.
section is going to be all about quality of life. It's going to be about a lot of the feedback that we've been seeing in the live
Oh,
game
boy.
since Edge of Fate launched. And then after that, we'll be talking about Ashen Iron with another cast of devs to talk about a bunch of cool stuff. So
No combined
ultimately,
arms.
we have
Sag.
quite a lot coming over the next few months. We're going to be talking about a bunch of high-level goals, objectives, some of our philosophy. We do not have a roadmap today, but we will have a roadmap in the next few weeks outlining our road to Renegades, which I've been calling it selfishly. So
The road to
we'll figure out a
Renegades.
fancier name for it at some point, but let's dive in. I think
Just
the
don't read
first
the
thing
D2
that I
chat.
want
Never
to
read
talk
the
about
D2 chat.
here, let me get this up. I mean, ultimately, this feels like we're having a mini community summit on
Yeah,
stream.
yeah.
But let's talk about rewards. Let's talk about the portal. Let's talk about power. Let's talk about the climb and the feedback that we've been seeing.
Yeah, so to do a little bit more table setting and framing here, like we said at the top of the stream, we've been taking a lot of this feedback to heart, right? We've been listening very intently. We've been looking at our data, and Dylan, we know we need to make some changes, right? And so this is what this whole next section is going to be about. We're going to talk about a ton of stuff. Some of it, a little bit of it, is going to come from Ashen Iron, a lot more in Renegades, and then even more in the future. And so coming back to the power climb, we want it to be faster, we want it to have improved rewards, and we really want it to highlight new and aspirational activities when Renegades launches. And so that means looking at the Renegades campaign and the Renegades jobs in the Lawless Frontier and the activities you do there, and making sure that they both feel like great sources of seasonal power. We know with the Edge of Fate, after you completed the campaign on Kepler, that there was a bunch of cool stuff to do and some rewards to get, but it didn't fit into the seasonal power game, right? It didn't feel like it was a viable path. And so these big chaotic fire team based jobs that we've built and all that variety we're pouring into it is going to be this engine to climb seasonal power. If you're just loving that activity, you're going to be able to spend an enormous amount of time there.
Yeah, and you touched on aspirational content. So when we look at it, you're doing the power climb, but you're looking at the end game, and our raids and dungeons are a part of that.
Yes, they are. So we are making sure here, there's two approaches we're taking and a bunch of work that's going to come out of it. So our focus initially here is going to be on the new raid and dungeon content in this conversation. So that is Desert Perpetual, the Epic Raid here in a couple weeks, and then the dungeon releasing with Ash and Iron. And so we want to make sure that those are more dependable sources of power, both from weekly challenges, some of which that are going to happen in Ash and Iron, but then also we're going to be looking at the power drops that come when you're completing encounters and looking to see if we can adjust those and juice them up a little bit. The other big area, because what we're talking about,
I'm sure he meant Renegades.
In-game. You're doing an in-game thing. I should be rewarded for that. So with the launch of the Epic Raid for the Desert Perpetual and Epic Raid and then the dungeon afterwards, we're going to make all drops, the base drops you earn in that content, tier 3. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's ultimately attesting to like players got through some of the power grind, they went into the raid and they were seeing tier 1, tier 2 drops, and that didn't feel like endgame loot.
It did not.
We're making this tier 3 is the baseline, but then you can build up to tier 4 and tier 5 as you add more challenge, add more difficulty.
Yeah, and sorry, I think we hit on it, but I just want to make sure. We talked about improved rewards, right, around some of the newer content that is coming. This effort, though, is also being applied
sit down because I have
the portal
no thoughts on
itself. And so, Dylan, I know you and I have talked about it a bunch. You know, we talked about solo ops, right? You mentioned Caldera.
Yeah, let's talk about
Caldera
more reasons or more ways to play.
Yeah, exactly. And part of that, part of that theory right here is just like that thinking is we just have to improve the rewards, right? So a lot of what we're doing is going to be about bringing the baseline of the reward experience with Renegades up to that, closer to that solo ops experience, and also really incentivize playing in fire teams more because, hey, we know Destiny's feeling lonely right now if all you do is spend time in the mines, right? And so we want to do we know we need to do a much better job at that. The other, just
to go into that example, like we're talking about Caldera, it's a solo op activity, and players feel it is the most viable path to power. So a social game like Destiny, it is a problem where you feel like you should be playing alone for all the reasons. It's like, hey, sorry friends, you want to play raid, you want to play something else, sorry, I'm going to go into Caldera and play alone.
Yeah.
We want to address that. We want to make sure Destiny is social, fun to play with friends, while still maintaining, hey, as a solo player, you can absolutely hop in, but we aren't going to make you feel worse. So example there too, we said, hey, we're going to tone down Caldera and solo ops. We're actually reverting that. We had announced it, we're taking that back, and as you said, that's the new benchmark. We're going to raise things up to feel like Caldera and feel rewarding like solo ops.
Yeah, and we've already talked about that. We're going to do some of that in Ash and Iron. One of the other things we're looking at.
See, my thing is, I just don't
I
don't care about
and having them just
that's
more
my
consistently
problem.
award power deeper into the climb and adjusting that. We're also, this is a good segue, I think, kind of into our next area where we can talk more about reworks we're going to be doing within the game and some
Fire Team Finder, baby.
Making. So the other thing we're going to be doing with bonus engrams when Renegades launches is they're going to feed more into a weekly ritual. You know, a thing that you know when it launches, there's a bunch of stuff to do that's going to accelerate you in the power climb.
Yeah, I mean, let's talk about the effectively weekly reset, curated activities from Bungie. So you have a moment each week of, let's hop into raid night, let's do Grandmasters, things like that.
Yeah, so the thing you're speaking to, Dylan, the thing we talk about a lot is like, clan night, raid night, right? We got to get that feeling of hey, I log in on Tuesday and there's just like a bunch of stuff to look forward to. And so a few ways we're going to do that is one with a new system that we're calling Vanguard orders that comes out.
Vanguard orders.
So Vanguard orders are actually this like new objective system where you're going to be, and we should have a mock-up on screen right now. It looks like our monitor isn't showing the exact right thing just for our place in the studio, so I'm just going to assume it's working. And so within these Vanguard orders, you're going to have all these different objectives that you can do, and you don't have to pick these up like bounties, right? These are things that will just be automatically granted to you when you log into the portal. And then what's really cool about these is that they pull some of that like Destiny 1 bounty vibe, where as you complete an order on the left-hand side of the screen of this mock-up here, you will actually roll. You can roll on higher tier orders, like a legendary order that will give you consistent rewards, or an exotic tier order that can give you exotic tier rewards. And so this is all about just creating a bunch more like little moments of variety within the portal and these different little objectives that you can do. We already touched on bonus engrams a little bit and how we're going to be reworking those even more with Renegades launches to feed into that idea of like, look at all these things in the portal. I know if I go and gobble up all the green engrams, I'm accelerating on my power climb, and that's much easier and clearer for players to understand. But the other place that we've been getting a ton of feedback on, and we're going to be making changes to, is the weekly conquests, basically. So right now, we have the concept of the conquest as a milestone on your seasonal power journey, and it gives you like a massive, like big dump of rewards. We are going to be making those we're going to be making it repeatable, but then there's going to be a weekly reward for them. There's no way for us, honestly, to balance the.
Am I the only one who gets fatigued from like too many rewards?
Create a weekly version as.
And we actually have a change going live today to make conquests repeatable, but the rewards component is what we need to focus on for future updates.
Yeah, and Dylan, you and I were talking about this a bunch over the last couple of days. Is like we want to get back to that. Like we want to get conquest closer to that GM feeling, that Grandmaster Nightfall feeling of the past, and that's kind of like our little North Star for that. Yep. The other big thing, too, that we've been listening to feedback on and we're moving really, really fast on right now is getting weekly legacy raid and dungeon content as like a tunnel from the portal to that. So to set expectations here with Renegades, this is going to first come in the form of, hey, reasons to play this content, to do like weekly challenges and earn powerful rewards from them, right? Again, we want this weekly reset. We want you to clearly know when you log in, here's a bunch of stuff to look forward to play with your friends and others. The reason I have to set expectations, though, is like we hear the feedback about wanting the gear reprised from raids and dungeons. Dylan, if we could just like flip the switch and make that happen, I think we'd be more than happy to do that. But it's just not that simple. There's a bunch of work that goes into actually creating the new gear and the gear tiers. And so we are going to be looking to make the reward experience of Legacy and Raid dungeons better as time goes on. Our first focus is making it fit.
Like, this is what I mean when I say the Destiny community. I'm going to make my camera follow.
We have our first step today with...
When I say the Destiny community doesn't know what they want...
3 encounters coming from Legacy dungeons.
It's because I truly don't believe the majority of the vocal Destiny community thinks ahead. I don't think people think forward. I think they just think about the now.
And we're going to be looking to add more to this, like what this weekly ritual feels like. These are the areas we are targeting initially here for Renegades.
All right. So let's move on to our final two subjects really are centered around Sandbox. Yeah. First of which is going to be build crafting, and then the second is around just our general approach to balance. So we have another list here of...
You missed the hype, I'm not going to lie.
Feedback around featured gear. We've been getting feedback around like legendary weapon tiering.
Whoa.
What are we changing?
Yeah, so this whole space is about expanding build crafting and gear chase. And we hear y'all. Like, we hear that featured gear is far too restrictive for how you're playing the game right now. And so one of the big changes we're making is all exotic weapons and armor are going to be featured gear starting in Renegades. So the class items, your prismatic builds, they're back on the table. You don't have to worry about it anymore. You're not having to think about what exotic you put on. It's all about what build you want to craft, right? The other thing that we've been listening to a lot when it comes to the gear chase is like, hey, you might earn a tier 1, 2, or 3 weapon, a roll of a weapon you really love, your personal god roll, or the community saying this is a god roll. And you're looking at that and you're like, man, it's cool, but like it's not that top tier, right? And so in Shadow and Order, which is our major update coming after Renegades, you're going to be able to enhance the tier of your legendary weapons all the way from tier 1 to tier 5 with a new currency and a new feature that we're building for those. Again, this is all about expanding that gear chase.
Yeah. And before we get ahead of ourselves, like, as a
player,
I don't know
how I
I'm
feel about that.
People are saying, oh, so I should be keeping my tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 weapons. Where am I going to put these? What's going on with vault space?
Yeah, so with Renegades, we are going to give you more vault space. That is the thing we're going to be doing.
How much more vault space?
And also, the team is working on a pretty big update to improve the sorting and filtering of just using your vault in-game as well.
Yeah, we'll have many more details in the coming weeks and months when we get this roadmap together. But our final note in this section before we go to balance is the portal scoring.
Yes, yeah. So right now with the featured and new gear, there is just an intrinsic bonus that you get for wearing that gear. I guess it's extrinsic because we're asking you to put it on. But anyway, if you have it on, you get a score bonus in the portal, which means you're not only thinking about like activity customization, your build, but also now you have to think about the score too, and like, should I wear this or not in order to chase the high score?
Yeah, like,
and
could they get it to 1,000?
For the vast majority of the experiences in the portal, we think that's just
I
too
doubt
much
it.
complexity right now.
But if they could get
and
it to
so we are
1,000, that'd be nice.
sunsetting that
That'd be
idea.
really cool.
And so again, this is going to drastically
probably another
open
100
up
slots.
the
Like-
space
like,
for
tame
you
your
to basically
expectations.
use whatever you want in the vast majority.
Probably
of
like 100 to
play inside the
200.
portal when you're chasing gear and doing that power climb. Yeah.
And a North Star for this, when y'all were talking about it, we've had a ton of conversations with the dev team, is like, there's a lot of feeling of, I'm playing Destiny the wrong way, and this was contributing to it because I had to think, oh, if I put this armor on, it's wrong. This helps that out and gets you into the fun faster.
Yes,
So.
and then, like, we do believe and see a space for ways to highlight gear and exotics and things like that. You know, stuff we've done with the artifact for a while now. We want it to be part of the game because I think, you know, pushing people off of the super hot stuff is really healthy sometimes to just have more fun and experiment with things. But we know that we need to find ways to make this feel like a bonus and more excitement to do it versus what we currently have now, which is why we're making these changes.
Awesome. Yeah, and then our last section here for quality of life, let's talk about sandbox balance. Y'all have been really taking a lot of the feedback to heart since the announce of quite a few nerfs and
I swear to God, if they unnerf
you
Lord of
have
Wolves.
some new approaches to philosophy when it comes to this.
Yeah, so at the top here, one of the things
Oh,
we're doing
no.
is we're upgrading our internal process for kind of how we evaluate our buff and nerf policies and also the timing of which when we go out and do those. And so a big part of that here through Renegades launch is going to be non-critical balance changes are on pause right now. And so this is partially in reaction to obviously some of the sentiment around some of the changes we're making, but it's giving time for us to make sure that when we do start to do more balance updates a
Non-critical
little more
balance
frequently
changes.
again, we communicate honestly. We just need to do a better job about communicating about why we're changing something and some of the intent behind it. And the reason I speak about this, because you asked me this a couple times in our rehearsal demos, like, what does non-critical mean? Sorry, taking your words here.
No.
I'm just on a roll. We really want to make sure that we're still making balance changes, or, you know, if we have to ban something for that epic raid race or the dungeon race that's going to happen with Renegades, right? The quality of that experience is incredibly important to us, and we know it's incredibly important to y'all. And so, again, we're putting a pause on nerfs and balance changes for now, but if we really need to change something because it's critical for those upcoming events, we'll make changes.
Yeah. And ultimately, it's like, there's some things where you watch somebody go on a Titan and kill a raid boss in 2 punches, like, that's critical. That needs to be toned down or balanced around. But other things, like, we actually have a list here of, we announced some tuning changes or nerfs that we're going to be reverting. Last week we were talking about Grand Overture and Queenbreaker.
God.
We're reverting the changes there.
Yes.
And then we had some reworks to exotics like Stronghold, Chromatic Fire. We're going to be reverting those. And then as a part of this new initiative where we're looking at our philosophy,
He didn't say Lord of
reevaluating how we
Wolves.
do these things, we'll be looking how we approach it and how we communicate it.
Yes.
So
Exactly.
cool. And then final note to end on a high, honestly, like, we've been talking about nerfs and all that. Let's talk about buffs.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So we've got some buffs. We've been working with the gameplay team around supers and subclasses that are going to be coming. Some with Ash and Iron here in October, but then also in December with Renegades. And I think you've been talking with them a little more closely actually in the last 24 hours.
Big thank you to Ben Womack, Eric Smith, Sandbox team. A couple notes, like, we saw a thread where folks were saying, hey, the original 3 supers that launched with Destiny 11 years ago, happy birthday.
Yeah.
They feel a bit undertuned. And I saw a note where it's like, Ward of Dawn, Titan Bubble, that needs to be brought up. Golden Gun.
Yeah, what
I know
even
Warlocks are
is
getting
Ward
some
of Dawn
abilities
anymore,
changes
dude?
too.
Turrets,
So,
turrets changes
like,
coming very soon. Yep.
and grenades and other things too outside of
Yep.
turrets. So we will have a full list over the coming weeks, and honestly, it may build. We need to get our roadmap together so we know exactly which hot fixes, updates they're going to be rolling out in. But yeah, we'll be as transparent as possible with you. So to really end it and get into the awesome Ash and Iron content, thank you again to everybody that's been giving us feedback. Thank you to everybody that's been playing and diving into all the changes. We know some need work.
Word of
and
Dawn
we're
is
gonna
on
be doing
life
that. We've
support.
been listening, and now we're getting through the planning stages, and we're executing on a bunch of changes over the next few updates and beyond Renegades. So, Robbie, thank you for joining us. As we're going into Ash and
I
Iron,
think
we
she
got to
wants
get the
out
catch
now.
full of new devs.
Yep.
So, yeah, Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me. And yeah, we're listening, and we're going to keep responding to the feedback. So thank you all so much. And yeah, let's get some more people on the couch. I've been talking too much.
Yeah, you brought up Vidoc. We have a trailer for Ashland roll.
Let's do it.
I assume this is the trailer that we saw just the other day.
Forces are
Yeah.
rampant to the plague lands.
I don't know, man.
We're sending you in to investigate and take action.
Look, maybe I'm just out of touch,
Be ready for anything.
and I'm totally willing to just accept that. But I'm like, more rewards doesn't do it for me. You know, I want to know like again. I know people hate nerfs and hate sunsetting and like hate these things. I'm like, guys. It's like, does that really excite people? You know, like I don't know. I'd rather see exotics that are like okay, like a Lord of Wolves got nerfed. I think that is completely justified. Yeah, I'd like to see something like what is Darcy doing? You know, what is Darcy doing? I want to use Darcy. I want to use things that I don't always use. I don't feel like that. Like I just don't feel like. I don't feel like it matters. The grind matters. That doesn't. But I just am taking advantage of Briggs. I forgot about that. I don't know, man. I'm just like I'm very much in this position now of like Destiny is not a looter shooter to me anymore. It's just not. I play Destiny for the world and the experiences.
All right, welcome back.
I don't play for the loot.
About 20 minutes,
right now,
the content from that trailer
unfortunately,
is going live. Let's talk about Ash and Iron. We have a bunch of really cool stuff coming with a new activity called Reclaim. We have a new introductory activity that's going to be giving you some insight into the narrative. We also have an exotic mission coming in October. Team's finishing up on that, and we're super excited for the weapon that's associated with that. And we actually have some updates to recurring events.
Darcy
like
got
Iron
put out of
Banner,
a job by the firing range.
Arms Week,
Yeah, it
Festival
did.
of the Lost, and more. So without further ado, hello, welcome to our couch, wonderful developers. Some of you have been here before, but Noah, first on the couch, this is your first time.
Yeah, no, I'm super happy to be here.
Yeah, welcome. For folks to learn who you are,
Yeah.
who are you? What do you do? What's your title?
Yeah, my name's Noah Pearson. I'm an associate sandbox designer here at Bungie. While my title is like officially working on the armor team, I do work in exotic armor from time to time, but you find me more commonly working on the seasonal artifacts, so like the one for Heresy, the current one for Season of Reclamation. Both those are mine. But I've also branched out and I've gotten to do a pretty cool exotic weapon in this release as well.
Awesome.
Okay.
Next on the couch,
Good for
Jerome,
you, Noah.
welcome back.
Thank you very much. Glad to be here.
Yeah, really quick.
I'm so
let's
blind
get a
to how it's
summary.
like.
Who
No,
are
I
you?
did
What do you
too
do?
for a second. I
I'm
was like,
Jerome. I'm a
what?
narrative lead, so we do the lore, we do the dialogue, we do the cutscenes, and we plan the overall story for Destiny 2.
Awesome.
Oh, nice.
Last but not least, Clayton. Welcome
Hey.
back. I believe you were last here for Revenant and Into the Light.
Yep.
Wife with an
Yeah, for folks
American
that may have missed
accent.
out on those streams. Who are you? What do you do?
Yeah, so I'm a design lead here for the activities and events area on
Is she
Destiny
still
2.
blonde?
And in the past, I've been activity designer or feature owner for
I'm gonna let her out. I think she wants
activities
to get
like
out.
Onslaught or Coil or Seraph Shield. So it's been really fun getting my hands dirty in different types of activities and bringing those experiences to the players.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So as we're diving through some stuff, we already have gameplay rolling. This is our new activity, Reclaim. But Jerome, let's talk about narrative. How are things kicking off?
Let's take a look at these
Well,
weapons.
Maya Sundaresh, the conductor, has somewhat overextended herself
conductor.
On Kepler during the events of Edge of Fate. And
Weapons look
she
cool. I'll
foolishly
give
tried
that.
to meddle in the affairs of the Nine and essentially assassinated 3 of the 9, which is the 3 of Earth.
3 being a single entity, right?
Yes, exactly. And that's going to have huge
Assassinated
knock-on effects
3.
for the people of Earth in physics and
Give
chemistry.
5 minutes
We'll
to
hear a
show
lot
us
more
back
about
in.
that in Renegades. But for now, Maya is somewhat depleted, right? And she is starting to
that's
lose
another
control
rocket frame
over her
pulse
collective.
rifle, isn't it?
She's starting to bleed individuals at the edges of her collective, and those are the pants-wearing, poker-playing Vex that you
do
saw.
crime. Yeah.
Exactly. And so she needs to reassert control over her collective. And in order to
No,
do that,
bro,
she needs
I
a signal
like
boost
100%
to
agree with
maximize
you.
the power of her waning echo.
The heavy weapon, yeah, it's a stasis crossbow.
And the
I think
best
we saw it in the
tool
trailer.
for that job is, of course, Golden Age tech. And the best place to find Golden Age tech is in the Vanguard Vault, which is why Ash and Iron begins with a defense of the tower from a smash and grab by Maya's forces, both Vex and conscripted Cabal, which you'll learn more about.
Oh, I like that chest.
But that's going to be a start, but not sufficient for her plans. So she will need a fully functional Warsat network to really expand her reach. And there's only one place where you can find that, and that's in the Plaguelands, which is where most of Ash and Iron takes place.
Awesome. So speaking of the smash and grab, when players first sign in for Ash and Iron, they're going to see a node that they can launch for the introductory mission. It's not auto-launched. You're going to select it, jump in when you're ready. But after that, you'll hop into Reclaim. Those are going to be some new activities. And Clayton, let's get a quick overview. What are players seeing on the screen?
Yeah, so Reclaim is our new 3-player activity. It comes with 3 different variants. It has players, like Jerome was saying, going into the Plaguelands, stopping Maya's forces from taking Golden Age tech and reclaiming those areas, those territories. And so you notice that there's a lack of Fallen, but we, through our ambient combatants and our environmental storytelling, you'll know a little bit more about what has happened there, how Maya's come in and pushed them all out. You'll see some of them trying to fight back to get in because they think that's their land, right? And as a player, you're trying to go in there and play in a similar way that you might find like Overthrow, where we took a lot of inspiration from. So you get to choose how you want to fill that progress bar. Do you want to finish a bunch of encounters that are randomly generated, which adds to a bunch of replayability? You can progress by finding hidden chests or defeating roaming high-value targets. There's collectibles in there as well, all without a timer, so you and your fire team can strategize and take your time to go through the area. Awesome. And then once you've completed the area, unlike
It's
Overthrow,
weird
you
seeing
move
the
to the
Plaguelands
next
again.
area by way of
So why
ship.
don't we just take the Vanguard Vault?
Stellar.
and
Yeah,
push
and I was
it
talking to
somewhere
our
else?
gameplay folks before this launched, and we talked a bit about there's a bit of nether DNA in here, where you have your main objectives, and then you can find things throughout the area as well.
Thanks for reminding me. Yeah, we have Vivian went ham and gave us these quite frankly unbalanced buffs that will have a rare chance of spawning, and you get to choose which one. One example is that if you choose it, you'll just be radiant and what's the other? Radiant and amplified. Thank you. Yeah, just the whole time. So yeah, have fun choosing between these crazy buffs and using them to finish the activity.
Awesome. And when we're talking about collectibles, there's going to be some lore collectibles too, correct?
Absolutely. We're continuing the pass forward from.
Oh, he's got.
The
Wait, he's got the axe
expansion,
on his back.
And those
Is it an exotic?
drops will tell players a lot about what to expect.
Guys, I think the axe is an exotic.
The cast and the themes, though it's not explicit, so they'll have to use a little detective work.
You can't have relics on your back.
But it will give a lot of information about what's
Right?
going on.
Got it. So these are going to be like the data pads you find.
Yeah,
in
exactly.
the portal.
Exactly.
Awesome. Yeah. So I mean, let's talk about weapons. Let's talk about the loot. And Noah, now it's time for the spotlight to go on you.
Wow.
First up, let's talk about the exotic that's going to be in the rewards pass for Ash and
Yeah.
Iron. This is going to be our pulse rifle.
Yeah, so Noon Malpice is going to be our
Oh, this is an
reward pass
exotic.
for this
Okay.
release. Obviously, with the Edge of Fate, we released a rocket frame pulse rifle, Mint Retrograde, that people have really taken to a liking for. And we kind of took a look at that and we're like, well, what's a cool way to one-up that and +1 it for an exotic? So you may notice from the gameplay that this rocket pulse doesn't just shoot
My impressive
the micro
awareness.
rockets, it shoots sticky
Yeah,
bombs.
I can be slow sometimes.
And these will stick onto the environment, they'll stick onto enemies, and when you hold down your special reload button, they'll pop like little firecrackers.
I was wondering what the special
It's really
reload
fun to
was.
just sort of spray them out across a group of guys, then you turn around, walk away from them, click the button, have them pop all behind
Explode
you. 'Cause
behind
cool
you.
Guardians don't look at explosions.
So this may say a lot about me as a person, but you can also stick these to your teammates, right?
I guess you'll have to see.
All right. Okay,
I
so
like
let's talk
that.
about the
like
next
that.
exotic. This is going to be tied to an exotic mission that's coming out in October, and I can already see you kind of getting excited, like Vivian was excited for the crossbows that we added. Let's talk about the Iron Axe.
Yeah, kept me waiting. huh?
Fucking God.
Yeah, so the exotic mission, way back with Rise of Iron, as a player,
Guys.
I remember the YouTube videos coming out ahead of it of YouTubers being like, hey, maybe Bungie's gonna give us this axe that's in the marketing.
Oh my
and,
God, it's an
obviously
exotic.
Didn't come to pass in that release, and then come final shape, Crow's got it, and I, much like many people, were like, man.
Yeah, what the fuck? Why did Crow have it?
When's my turn?
Like, I want that.
It's a sword.
So when I heard that we were going to be doing a little Return to the Plaguelands, it was like, I'm going to
No, bro, call it what it is. I want that text changed to Battle Axe.
I want, and I've seen.
Call that shit a Battle Axe.
Ages, so yeah,
I
can confirm that's no relic. That's our new exotic weapon.
Nanites.
Thank you. Yeah, and
Quicksilver, make it Siva nanites.
Since this exotic
I'm
mission,
wanting
the team's finishing up the touches and really building this experience. It'll be launching in October. So let's just give a quick preview, no spoilers or no deep spoilers, about what's the premise.
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, Maya wants to expand her reach, and the best way to do that is like the same way you would with the Wi-Fi in your house. You
kind of surprised it's not Young Wolf's Tower.
Routers, right, to boost that signal. And so she is going to be looking to get her hands on Warsat technology,
cool.
which is why we'll be working
like
with
overcharging
Saint 14 and Anna
Nano
Bray
Assault.
throughout the season. Saint 14 is sort of our tactical expert, and then Anna, as with her association of Rasputin, having all the subject matter expertise. On
they're the
Warsats.
same.
Awesome.
And not to get too deep into spoilers,
I'm the
we'll
Da
be
Vinci of
working
my
with
time,
3
guys.
of Kayatol's
Da Vinci of my time.
Scions specialists in the mission. So,
Man, I can't wait. Yeah, October can't come soon.
It's like they are dancing
let's come
around
back to,
mentioning
to day
Siva
one.
at
And
all.
I keep checking my watch here. 10 minutes,
it's right
11
there.
minutes until launch. We also have a slate of legendary weapons that are going to be coming out. We have some armor sets in the portal that are going to have brand new armor set bonuses, but we also have brand new weapons. And I know a couple of these things are kind of complementary to exotics.
Yeah. So with Ash and Iron, we as Sandbox were like taking a look at some exotics we wanted to bring up, and we talked about Mida and Sturm getting some updates to bring them up to that modern parity. But like when those weapons came out during year 1, they came with their paired weapons, and like during that time, it made sense, like to have 2 primaries. That was what the game was. So when we were taking a look at like bringing them up to modern Sandbox standards, we were like, well, we should probably hit it for the paired weapons as well too. So we took a look at some of our other special archetypes, and we're like, what could we set up for this? So with this release, we've talked about them, I believe, in the TWID, but we are going to have a rocket frame Drang Unfall, and a new lightweight Mida macro tool shotgun. And both of them have perk pools that kind of key off of being those paired weapons. So like Mida macro tool has Discord and Trench Barrel, and it was really fun to like run that
Mida
with
macro
So
tool.
then you have like, you pop a couple guys to get those like, attachments onto Mida, and then you switch and you have Discord proc, and you like slap a guy, and then you just are able to like pump into a bunch of dudes.
Black Watch, I
it's got
think.
the really
I think
cool
you're
draw
onto
animation
that.
from Wastelander
Wow,
back
cool.
during 30th anniversary, so you get that cool like cowboy draw. And it's just
I'm
it's
glad they're
so
using
fun
that
to
frame
run
for
around.
something else. It is a very cool frame.
It is our second ARC rocket frame sidearm. It's got a pretty big mag size, so
Unfall.
instead
Wow,
of
look
a
at
shot
that.
on this one,
It's like
it
the
has
Halo
built-in
1
feedback,
Magnum to
which is pretty
the
fun to
stern
plug
or the
a couple rockets
Drang.
into a guy and have them jolted, and then pop them with like a really powerful Sturm shot.
Together forever.
Yeah, and these are going to be added so through the portal. Reclaim is going to be living in the portal in the fire team area, and that's where you're going to earn some of these. We also have Crucible Ops is going to be the source of the shotgun, and then a couple other things as well that you'll discover in just a few minutes here. So let's move on. Our last
I think Warlocks have always
topic
had
of
that
the day is going to be
platypus.
around events, our recurring events. And the first thing that kicks off is actually a new one to celebrate Reclaim. And Clayton, what are we going to be doing today?
Yeah, we're launching with New Territories Reclaim. It's a new standard event that will highlight a new activity. And so we do that with our daily challenges, weekly challenges, or it's for a week, so 1 weekly challenge, and then it has its own reward track and an event home that you can launch the activity from as well.
Awesome. And then I believe it's next week, we also have Iron Banner coming back.
That's right.
So is that also going to have an event
Maya's
home?
Yes, we'll have event home. Same slew of things where daily challenges, a weekly challenge. You'll have your reward track. We have a hand cannon coming in there. We have an armor set, and you'll have your title and your triumphs as well.
Yeah, I believe we redacted the new set bonuses for Iron Banner, but I've heard they're actually quite fun.
Yeah, pretty cool. Might want to hold on to it when you get your hands on that axe.
Awesome. And then the third event that's going to be coming is Arms Week. Noah, coming back. The first one was all centered around, let's look at hand cannons. We had the new shotgun style hand cannon.
Yeah.
And then with this one, it's going to be shotguns.
Yeah. Yeah, we're taking a look at shotguns this time around. So much like during the prior Arms Week, we will also have a cool slate of shotgun mods this time around.
Whoa,
my
that's a
favorite of
shotgun?
which,
That looks like the
when
messenger.
the designer who was working on them, Taylor
Stranger's
Rundall,
Rifle.
who was on the stream before, when he was starting to work on them,
That
me and
thing
him were
looks
sort of
cool.
bouncing ideas back and forth.
Very
And
Borderlands-y.
I was talking about like old rapid fire
look like
frame
Borderlands,
shotguns when
dude.
they had like a really fast rate of
Nah, I
fire.
just
I was
look like
like,
Borderlands.
I mean, what if all shotguns shot like that? And he like paused for a minute, and then I got the message. What if they're all just fourth horsemen?
Oh, Bjorn, you mad scientist.
It is really entertaining to take a slug shotgun and have it shoot that fast.
Yeah, and we
That
saw a
does
lot of
sound cool.
celebration with these volatile mods for
Oh,
hand cannons
stream
during
quality
that
just
week.
dipped.
So with shotguns, we have the one that's
See what I can
effectively
do.
going to be fourth horseman everywhere.
Yeah.
But we have a couple more too. A celebration with these volatile mods for hand cannons during that week. So with shotguns, we have the one that's effectively going to be fourth horseman everywhere.
Yeah.
But we have a couple more too,
Yeah.
and we'll leave
That does
for
sound
players
fun.
to discover
It's going to
soon.
be super awesome.
It does sound fun.
Next up on the slate, we have Festival Lost is going to be coming back during Ash and Iron, and we have a preview of our armor sets. So these are armor ornament sets. Y'all voted on these earlier in the year.
The
last
Slender
year,
Warlock
and,
is so
we
good. I
have
mean, they're
shown
all
they look
good.
Great.
They're
Awesome.
really, really
I
cool.
cannot wait to have those
so
roses on my
excited for the
shoulders.
Warlock.
Oh my god.
But
the
with
Warlock.
Festival Lost, we have some new activity content, correct?
That's right. The Headless Ones have broken out of Haunted Lost Sector jail. Because of that, we have new activities. So we have a new PvE 6-player activity called Haunted Altars. And then we have a new PvP activity called Red Rumble. Hocus Focusing is coming back. It's going to be a 2-week-long activity. We have 2 new weapons, your Prize weapon. You'll have your reward track, event home, the whole shebang. I'm very excited. It is very fun to play in those activities.
Awesome.
So it's chaos. Just all chaos.
And then the last on our list, so Jerome, we have a new event called Call to Arms that's going to be coming at the end of Ash and Iron. Can you give us a quick overview?
Sure. We're
Call
going to
to
be working
arms.
with Devrim.
Combined arms?
Devrim K, who has been holding down
Maybe?
the EDZ for the better part of a decade without a ghost, right? Doing it all in one life. And he'll be taking some much-deserved R&R in the tower and being our liaison to the foundries. We have to remember that most of the guns that the Guardian fires
Pulse
are
rifle looks fun.
designed and produced in the last city. Of course, we know that they're actually designed and produced here with the Sandbox team.
What do you mean? Cassoid's in-house.
That's right, Mr. Cassoid, right here. So we will be working with Devrim to stress test the latest and greatest in gear from the foundries, and the Guardians that can push their gear the furthest and get the most out of it will reap the greatest reward. So there's a competitive aspect to it.
I mean,
as well.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah, I mean, when we're
How
talking
it
about
actually
this
is in
competitive
practice.
aspect,
We'll see.
the Call to Arms is going to be a ton of rewards, legendaries, some cosmetics for anyone to earn, but then we have kind of some cosmetics at the top for our hardcore, so to speak, to really earn. And Clayton, I think you were talking about a helmet?
Yeah, we have a helmet ornament. It is fantastic looking.
Say that again?
When you equip it, if you're in that top earner, you will have this like tail of flames coming
that
from
sounds
you.
cool.
And much like the trial glows, these flames signify that you are a top competitor in this.
So when I load into the tower, I'm going to see this guy with a giant fiery mohawk. And
Yeah.
I'm going to know, okay, they were top of Call to Arms.
Impressed and scared at
That's
the same
cool.
time.
But then we have some cosmetics, like I said, for just general players too. Like I believe there's an exotic ornament for the pulse rifle on the reward track, and a bunch of other things to earn too. So
We have daily login rewards as well, and we have vouchers that will actually help set you up for the next season.
awesome. Yeah, well, thanks for the quick overview. We will definitely have more information in the twit about this new event. And as we're going through Ash and Iron, we'll have an update before each of these events to give you a quick a recap of what we're
All right. I
talking
mean,
about
it's
today. So just to end it
It's a
up
season,
as well, we have a
you know.
brand new
It is what it is.
crossbow that's going to be coming in. So our first crossbow was introduced through raids. And this one is going to be through our events. To start, it's going to be a low drop chance from any of the events that we just covered. And then in Call to Arms, you can focus this thing to really hammer on getting those rolls. And Noah, what's the damage type on this?
Yeah, so you might have seen it in the gameplay. It's going to be a stasis crossbow. And obviously, with a stasis weapon comes stasis perks. And I'm very happy to say that it does have chill clip, and it in fact does freeze in 2 shots. And oh my god, there's such like a fun play pattern of like you pop a guy twice with it, they freeze, and then if you have serrated bolts, you run up and you pull them out of him, and the
shatters
serrated
him.
bolts do damage and cause him to pop. So you just
That's
like
cool.
put him in a major, and you cause him to explode and hit all the dudes around him. And it was an oddly fun play pattern of just running around and blasting people that I got quite a few giggles out of in playtests.
I can't wait. So again, to say it, today
Yeah, the
with
axe
our
looks cool.
New Territories event,
The axe looks cool.
you can get this to drop. It will be a low drop chance, but over the course of the rest of the season with each event, more chances, and then Call to Arms, you can focus it along with other gear and really go hard for the role you want.
And it has a holofoil in.
And a holofoil in Call to Arms as well.
Yeah.
So that brings us to the end of our show. So thank you all for joining us on the couch.
No,
thank you all for
no
joining us
Shattered
at home.
Cycle
We hope
tees.
you enjoyed the Vidoc. The Renegades pre-orders are live now, and as we said at the top of the show, we have some new pre-order incentives that also apply to the Year of Prophecy folks that purchase that edition. A new legendary ship, a new legendary emblem, and then, yeah, in 3 minutes here, we have Ash and Iron launching. So thanks for coming in. Hope you enjoy the rewards. We'll have more details on our quality of life updates over the next few weeks and a roadmap coming soon. So thank you.
He has a
thank you.
Cubone
Can't
tattoo.
thank you enough. And if you want to stick around, we're going to be handing off the stream to Mactix.
DMG plays or has
he's
played
great at
Pokemon
Destiny.
Go. I
Sometimes,
saw him doing it at
I do question his PvP prowess, but love the guy.
GCX.
So, thanks for joining. Have a good day.
All right. Well, that was a very 50-50 stream. That was a tale of two halves, or whatever the phrase is. Ash and Iron is right now. What time is it? Ash and Iron is in a minute. Oh boy, look at that chat. Look, okay, this is. Let me lower this a bit. I am going to jump into Destiny real quick. We're not going to play too long, but we'll check it out. We'll check out Ash and Iron and see what's going on. So, this is very much like... I want to collect my thoughts for a second. Velener, that's crazy. That's insano style. Yeah, so it sounds like the Plague Lands is not... Why can't I... Oh, okay, there we go. Sounds like the Plague Land... What the fuck? Oh, the Plague Lands is not a destination. Which I kind of figured, you know, and I mean, I guess it wouldn't have mattered even if it was, you know, it's not that big of a deal. Is there going to be an update for this, or can I just hop in? I'm just going to hop in and see what happens. So, okay. I'll say this. Ash and Iron to me does not look impressive. It just looks like a season, which is it's fine. It's fine. The axe, exactly. The axe is cool. Like Shadow Katana, yeah. It looks fine. It looks like a season. It's like, I think I saw Ruby say like, yeah, it's about what we expected. You know, that's kind of exactly what I expected, which is like kind of the issue, you know. It's just, it's more Destiny. I guess there is probably gonna be an update. It's just like, oh yeah, you know, it's more Destiny. It's more of what you know. It's the same thing. I'm not gonna be playing it all that much because I just, like I said, I am at this stage with Destiny where I just don't really care about the loot. Like, in a game that is a looter shooter, I don't care about the loot. Destiny to me isn't a looter shooter anymore. It's just like, yeah, I'm waiting for Destiny to stop, but it's taking its sweet time. To me, Destiny isn't a looter shooter anymore. It hasn't been for a while. It's not because they're not trying to some degree, but you know, it's just it like someone said earlier in the live chat that they wanted Destiny to, you know, focus more on the fun stuff that isn't necessarily exactly tied, like fully and completely tied to the loot. Do I have to completely quit Steam, or can I just keep restarting it? Yeah, I don't know, man. I like fun things. I don't like what Destiny has become, and I like fun things. I would have thought, like, manage downloads, like manage the game. What you saying? Wait. Yeah, quit completely. Okay, I will do that. And let me reset it once more. Yeah, it didn't work. Okay, I'm gonna put it over to the be right back screen for a second in case I need to log back in. But yeah, man, it's just like Destiny is, where is my Steam anyway? There it is. It's just become something that I'm ready for it to be something else, you know? The uninstall button looked juicy, that's funny. Like, this is why I say I feel out of touch, right? Okay, I'm back here. This is why I say I feel out of touch, because I'm like, I hear all this community discourse. Yeah, there it goes. And people just like viscerally arguing and debating what the game needs and what they want to see. And like, no. We don't want this artifact mod. We want this artifact mod. We don't want this enhanced trait. We want this enhanced trait. I want to be able to pull 5% extra damage instead of 3% extra damage. I'm like, holy shit. I don't even care about the artifact mod, dude. I'm like, I keep having this recurring thought of I feel like the game is a little too complicated at this point. Maybe complicated isn't the right word, because a complex game isn't bad. It's just like, sometimes I have this feeling that we're focusing on the wrong things. Like, I don't really care about more enhanced perks. I don't know, man. I don't love the idea that I can enhance my tier 1 weapon all the way to tier 5, because I was excited about tier 5 loot because I thought, like, this is a cool, rare, just like random drop bonus, right? It's like in Destiny 1 when things were hard to find. But like, is anything in Destiny 2 really hard to find anymore? Is the loot really the point? Like, I can't remember the last time I was excited about like a new legendary weapon just for being a new legendary weapon, you know? Like, yeah, Delta, I'm of the same mindset. It's just every year, got my eyes starting to hurt. I hope I don't get a migraine. Every year I feel like Destiny drifts further and further away from what I originally signed up for, you know? And that is that it has become an over complex competitive, not like competitive PvP, but like I'm using the wrong word, but it's just, yeah, it's not the thing that it was, and what it was a looter shooter first, you know? I'm gonna just turn my light up a bit more because I'm looking a little washed out. Oh, that made a completely different color. Oh, whoa, that followed me? I didn't realize it was following me. Oh, I'm down here, Tiny. There we go. But, yeah, man, I don't know. I want things, like, I know I don't shut up about it, but I want things like combined arms. I want things that I can just jump in and it's just like chaotic fun, you know? I've completely checked out of the conversation, surrounding balance, of the conversation surrounding like there was something else I was to say, I forgot, but just like those nitty gritty things that I don't really think people care about, like Roadkill is putting it nicely. Bungo is focusing too much on the sweat and not enough on the silly in the community, and like exactly like and I'm hyper fixating on Ashen Iron right now. Like Renegades looks cool, it looks cool. Because that's my kind of thing, just like silly. It does not need to be that serious. I'm not going to take this too seriously. I'm a bit concerned, selfishly, because I have a theory about what they're doing with Renegades that I think is going to really clash with what I'm doing with Redacted, but that's a problem for me to figure out. Like, sounds like you want to play Destiny Rising? Maybe. Maybe. I just like, I don't know, man. I don't know. And yeah, maybe you're right. That is a badass key art though. That is really cool. Let's check some of this out. Okay, whoa, what was that portal screen? Okay. Arena Ashen Iron initialized. The tower has been breached by the conductor's forces. Defend Vanguard headquarters and uncover Myers and Rush's latest plot. Event, new territories, reclaim. Okay, I see. This is the reward pass. What is this? This is a hollow foil. It looks like a grenade launch. This is a wave frame. This is a void wave frame. But see, that's the thing, right? Is it's like the fact that these are hollow foil to me is so much more interesting than the fact that I'm looking at a new legendary weapon, you know? The axe is an actual weapon. It's an exotic weapon that you get. Like, if I could pick what changes I would put in the next major update, I would say something like Forge mode, because that would let players make their own fun. Oh, yeah, I mean, that would take... I mean, of course, I'd love that, too. Of course, I'd love that, too. I'm not going to ask for it, because I don't know what would all go into that. But I want a theater mode. You know how long, Bungie, this is my official request. I've actually gone back and forth about, like, I kind of want to, like, actually request this. Like, I want to message someone and be like, please, can we please have theater mode? Or have access in custom games to those dev tools that you have in your custom games where you can go outside your Guardian? Because for Redacted Episode 3, we filmed, there's like maybe 5 minutes of machinima in it. There might be a little more. Maybe 5 minutes of machinima stuff in it. That took us 4 hours to film. 4 hours for 5 minutes. It is not easy to convince people to sit there for 4 hours and do what you need them to do. That's my request, as a theater mode. I would genuinely be so happy. But yeah, man, I want Destiny to excite me again. Here's the new exotic. I want it to excite me again, but I feel like look at my inventory. Look, let me go to my vault. Like, I have everything that I want right now. I don't really want anything. If there was player housing, I would want to build an awesome base. I would play just to establish a compound with my friends. You know, that would get me playing. If Ahamkara even grace anything in the game, I'll play it, but that's because I just really like the Ahamkara. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's an issue that I think is only going to be fixed if Bungie takes a lot of time off. You know, take time off and invest in changes. Like, I feel like they shouldn't be listening to the hardcores that much. And look, playing this game to some degree is my job. Like, I have a vested interest in this game, but like, I don't care about the loot anymore. I don't care about the loot anymore. And I can't cope that. Like, I can't cope and think that, oh, they're just gonna fix it. They're gonna change the loot. They're gonna go back to the way it is. Exotics are not gonna be tied to quests anymore. They're gonna be rare and hard to find, and like, loot is gonna mean something again, because if they're making it abundantly clear that that's not gonna happen. I've triple 90s. That's an accident. They have just made it very, very clear that that's not gonna happen. And so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna concede this fight on the loot because I genuinely just am out of touch with it at this point, and I don't care about the loot. So what else is there, you know? Like, can we get some fun new PvP modes, combined arms, player housing, forge, theater? Like, I don't know, man. Let's see this rewards pass. Let's see this rewards pass. You guys want me to take a look at it? So Chronologs is for the new season pass archive, which is a W. There were some like brain dead people who were like, why is it paid? Because these things have been paid in the past. You don't need to pay full price for them. It's cool to me that we have the option to go back and access season passes that we didn't complete, or, you know, whatever. I think that's a good change. Let's take a look at this though. I did see, so the armor here, is it just the Edge of Fate armor, but like it looks a bit different? This armor seems new, I think. Featherine, it's an alright shader. Drang with Master of Arms. The Ghost Shell. The Azarine Thunder, it's a nice shell. Okay, let's see here. Right, I forgot we have ornaments. Okay, the Vigilant Seraph Gauntlets. The Mida Mini Tool. Let's see here. The Vigilant Seraph Greaves. Those are nice. Those are nice. We got a Sparrow, the Imperial Incubator, this is all very Warsat themed. Okay. What was that? Is this a ship? The Renegade Leader. Chestplate. It's kind of cool. Give me Duraludon vibes. The Catalyst for the new Malpais, I think is how you say that. Ripping the Cord. Okay, that's pretty cool. I'm guessing when I stop the preview, it rips the cord. That's a fun emote. Whoa. Okay, that I want. That I want. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I like dome helmets. This reminds me of the glass house from Destiny 1, if anyone remembers that. That's pretty neat. That's pretty neat. Oh no, that is just, it's the discipline armor, but not the discipline armor. Okay, and then the Xeric Weave. It looks fun. It looks alright. And, oh yeah, right, okay, we have some more cosmetic stuff here. Off-road warning, that is right. Dusk Bright, which I like. And Visual of the Seraph, Titan Universal Ornament. That's very nice. I do really like that. That's very nice. All right, let's see Eververt. Whoa. What is this? We got Taken armor back, dude. And the helmet is badass. I wonder how this is gonna shade. Wow, okay, more Taken armor. That's pretty cool. I mean, it's like 15 bucks, so, you know, do I have silver? I have silver. I'm not gonna impulse. Oh, what's with all the Taken stuff? That's cool. That's very cool. Okay. Okay, that is cool. Wait a minute. God damn it, guys. God damn it. Are we okay with calling this a Taken shader? Can we finally call this a Taken shader? That's a dope finisher, dude. This is a good bundle. How much is this? $20? Good lord. They are bleeding us dry. Can I see the other classes? Guess not. People ask for Taken cosmetics and they actually list it. Okay, let's see this. The Kaer Morhen gauntlets. This is the Witcher one, right? That's cool. I might pick that up. Let's see what else is here. Seasonal offerings. There's a whole ice. God damn it! There's more shaders. Fuck. There's a whole icebreaker set. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Okay, that's pretty neat. New choir arm. I'm honestly not crazy about Choir of One. Okay, this is a very, very kawaii. Oh, some people are gonna go nuts for this. Am I some people? Am I gonna go nuts for this? What's this? What's this? The Coney Pink print. Oh wow. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Lochi would love that. Lochi would really, really like that. Okay, let's keep going. God damn, dude. This is where Bungie gets me. Is the shader bundles. I always buy them and I never change my shader, but I want to have the option. Don't be too cool. They're always really good. Don't be too cool. Infinidescence. Okay, that's Am I the guy? I'm the guy, guys. From Spy Kids. He's not the guy. I am. What's this? A green shader. I almost said bequeathed. Bequarreled. Not bequeathed. Bequarreled. You're not the guy. I am the guy. All right. Bequarreled. Let's see this. Oh. That is gross. But I like it. It has like green shiny Pokemon vibe of like, oh, that's disgusting. But if it was Espeon, I'd like it. It's all right. Okay, this one has potential. Spring Streets. That's cool. A graffiti shader is cool. Shite, man. Shite. They're coming out with cosmetics faster than I can, like, keep track, man. It's crazy. All right, Loyal Scales, last one. I don't even want to look at it. I don't even want to look at it. Oh my god. Oh my god, guys. Oh my god. Okay. The saving grace here is that it's red. And I don't see myself rocking like an all red dragon scale shader. But holy shit, that's cool. If they came out with this, Bungie, you have there are $5 here with your name on it, or $8, whatever it is. If you come out with a dragon scale shader that is black and blue, or like black and teal, you have $8 with your name on it, right here. Thankfully, this is red, and I don't see myself rocking like a red shader anytime soon. Was this a Graviton Lance? Well, look at everything, guys. Don't worry. This is a Graviton Lance themed ornament. That's actually a really fire ghost shell. Do the particles change? They don't. But that is oh, that's cool. I like it when the eye of the ghost changes. That's the bit of the ghost I'm always looking for to change. Okay, that's a pretty cool bundle. I mean, if you like Graviton, okay, I'm not gonna look at all of these. We got some more ships, more sparrows. What is going on here? Okay, wow, they're really leaning into these weapon bundles, right? Every once in a while, this finisher I can tell has potential. Let's see if it's cool. That is really cool. Every once in a while, a badass new finisher comes along, and I buy it. Okay, let's just see this. This is for the exotic class item to equip with your class item. Curious to see. I mean, Crips will have a video out on these very shortly, I assume. So if you're hesitant, a rocket assisted finisher. That's true. That is so true. This looks like it has potential. I have the ornament for stoicism, so depending on what it looks like in the Crips video, the like synergy might pick it up. Okay, what is this? This is for Icefall Mantle. This is the Icefall helmet. I like Icefall Mantle. I'm not a fan of this helmet, but again, maybe the synergy will save it. Maybe synergy will save it. Okay. All right. This is just ghosts and sparrows and ships. What is this? Oh, we got an ornament for Blastwave Striders. Very UNSC looking. Very Halo looking. Whoa. Okay. Okay. A Melis Panoplia ornament, which looks very cool. Excuse me. I am a fan of this. The Kraken armor. Okay. A Sturm ornament. A Vex Sturm ornament. We're getting a lot of these. I feel like these Vex ornaments. Another Tractor Cannon ornament. That's pretty cool. What's with this like quasi pirate theme that we got going on here? This thing looks like an anchor, you know? Hey, no time to game with membership. Thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. We looked at that. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. I like it when stasis weapons look like icy, you know? I like it. What is this? Oh, Wicked Implement ornament. It's very cool. This looks like the this looks like something you'd find on Call of the Dead in Zombies. Go to the tower. All right, I'll go in a second. I like it. Here's your Choir of One ornament. It has wings. Oh, that's cute. Okay. I'm not a Choir of One guy, but I'm happy for those of you who are. And an Alethanim ornament. Actually, you know what I just realized? Let me tell my thing to stop following me. I think the reason my light is... Stop it. Stop. No. Did you stop? No, you didn't stop. I think the reason it's doing this is because the battery on my light, I believe, is dying. So let me just plug it in real quick. Okay. Ah, yes, there we go. That's a bit better. Oh, the cat wants out. Go ahead, baby. Okay. Is it just me, or is this a Alethanim ornament look a lot like the other ones we've gotten? The X-Wing is here? Oh, yes. Okay. Let's get out of there. Get out of here. Is there anything new in the archive? Doesn't really look like it. Bright dust. More bright dust. We have a buried bloodline ornament, the synthetic one. Ship, and the Vex gauntlets. I will get the chest of this when it comes through. Okay. Let's go to the tower. Tower. Wow. Okay. Shooting range. Ashen Iron initialized. Let's just get down and dirty. So yeah, how are you guys feeling about I'm gonna temperature gauge this, so don't answer like immediately. We'll go with Renegades first. How are you feeling about Renegades? Generally good, mid, bad for Renegades, and then we'll talk about the other stuff. How are you guys feeling? I will say for Renegades, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling pretty good. I'd like to see more system changes, like more, new stuff, but I think it looks good generally. All right, I'm seeing a lot of good for Renegades. Yeah, we got a big Renegades reveal on the stream today. I have hopes for it to mid. Hey, that's fair. Because like my thing with Renegades is I'm very intrigued by the Star Warsy stuff, of course, but there is this little voice in the back of my head that's like, it's just more Destiny, but maybe the bounty system will be like surprisingly refreshing. Now, Ashen Iron. How do you feel about Ashen Iron? How do you feel? So far, I know none of us have played any of this yet. This literally just came out. First reactions, how are you feeling?
Welcome back.
I'm gonna just get rid of this. I don't need this.
Checking.
Oh god, okay, I'm gonna be here for a second. If you make the Tron video, I can see someone using the "we are in the midst of a user." Oh yeah, 100%. It exists. Concerned. Looks nice. Looks good, but not pre-ordering after Lightfall. It's something for me to do, and I like that. Hey, that's fair. That's fair. That is very fair. All right, let's go ahead and get our X-Wing here. What is this? The Crystal Lattice. What is this? Dude, sometimes shit just be appearing in my, like, special, whatever this thing is. And, yeah, I think... Whoa. Oh, that icon looks really cool. That is... Oh, man, guys. The Renegade Leader. Oh my god, I'm Poe Dameron. Really wanted the Plaguelands return as a destination, not a Temu Nether. Yeah, I feel that. To be quite honest with you. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I wanted to see, where is the pass archive? Monument to Seasons Pass is over here. Yeah, I straight up have Poe Dameron shit, man. This is awesome. Okay, seasonal archive, vault, and exotic archive. So they've changed one of the vaults into the seasonal archives. Let's see this. Okay, offers rewards from prior season and rewards passes for purchase with chronologs, which are primarily earned from the current rewards pass. Chronologs can also be exchanged with select materials. Okay. Unknown passes may be purchased with silver. Okay, we'll figure this out. So, how far back can I go? I've always wanted to go back to Undying because of the phenotype set, but now I do have it. So, I see here. You don't have it as a pass. You earn chronologs, and that's the first frost shader. I've been looking for the shader for years. I never knew it came out of this pass. I see. Okay, so you do use chronologs to buy the stuff. It's not a pass that you progress. I see what's going on here. That's pretty cool shader. And you can go all the way back to arrivals. Oh. Why can't I? Did I just have these and I never claimed them? Is this like unclaimed stuff? Okay, I guess. Yeah, I'm really happy about this. I I have been wanting a seasonal archive because if you had the seasons, I had all of these. I don't think there's any seasons here that I didn't have, so I don't need to pay for any of these, but I didn't complete a lot of them, so I can go back and progress towards this stuff again. I think that's very, very cool. If you didn't get them, then you would need to pay for it. Then you would need to pay, I think it's like 700 or 500 silver. I think it's 500 silver to get access to the pass. Anyway, I think this is really good. I've always missed out on the lost stuff. This is great. I think this is great, to be quite honest with you. The Dawn armor I've always regretted not getting. Oh man. Okay, this is cool. I will honestly probably do Dawn first because I really want this helmet. Alright, awesome. And yeah, of course, like I said, if you don't have a season pass, then you need to, what's it called? What am I trying to say? Then you need to buy it. Then you need to buy it. We got a homie here. All right, let's see if there's anything else in the tower for me to like take a look at. I don't think there is. The loom. Ash and Iron initialize. Okay, so this is all the Ash and Irons. Oh wait, actually, hold on. Let me take a look at the exotics. Can I see the new ones? What was that? Edge of Intent. Power. It's the axe here. Okay, you cannot see it yet. And there's no new exotic armor, of course. We would have seen that. Okay. Yeah, I mean, hey, it's like a mini season. I mean, I wouldn't even necessarily call it a mini season. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. What time is it? It's 1:30. 1:30 right now. Look, I'm probably not gonna play a whole. We'll do the first mission. We'll do the first mission just to get a vibe check of what's going on. I want to have an idea of what's going on, but then after that, I do need to hop out of here to go continue working on Redacted because I really, really want to get that out, you know. Maybe 500 on unpaid and 1,000 unpaid. What are you talking about? Because it's 500, I believe, for just like flat out. If you don't have it, I think it's 500. Unknown, how's it going, my friend? Is this where are you at? Let me get you on here, right here, not you. All right, let's go do the first mission. Let's do the first mission. Thanks for stopping by, my friend. I appreciate that. Oh, there being a way to get silver. I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Look. Okay, let's initialize this. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna play a whole lot of Ash and Iron, especially in we have Borderlands this Friday. But that shit's cool, though. Come on, like, don't even be a hard ass. That shit's cool. You know that's cool. Anyway. Yeah, because we have, like, Borderlands this Friday that I want to stream and hang out on. I want to do Pokemon stuff. Legends ZA is coming up. Like, there's a lot coming up that I want to do. But, we'll We'll check it out.
Coral Vex, more of Maya's goons.
Her
Taking salvage
goons.
FOTC tech.
Oh, okay, okay. We're literally in the tower.
Already in the tower. Only Night Watch available to respond.
I'm afraid that's correct. Maya's tactics are evolving.
Not a very big
now,
flash radius.
investigating a lead that might explain things. But I'll need you to defend the tower while I get some answers.
Okay, oh, that was my bolt.
Those Vex are tossing our caches onto multiple.
Oh, when was the last
transplant
time we had a
routes out
mission in the tower, dude?
Golden Age salvage?
Okay. Destroy the Vex nodes. Damn it. Okay, I guess those guys aren't really killable. Oh, thought I had a melee. Wow, this is strange, dude. This is really strange, messing around in the tower. It's like that one COD Zombies map we were playing. No. All right. Whoa, that's creepy. That is really freaky. I'm over. Renegade is good. Don't purchase both. Oh, what? Like Renegades and Edge of Fate? Is that what you're talking about? Damn it. Damn it. I want to kill these guys. Find your way to the hangar. Okay, I see. I wasn't looking at my objective. That's what I'm doing. I guess I do just need to clear these guys. Okay. We've shot the nodes. I think we've shot all the nodes. Is there something I'm missing? Alright, roadkill. See you later, my friend. Did I just walk over here and like interact with something? Oh, I can go through here. It's guiding me. Wow. Oh, I'm gonna open my my windows. These things. What are these called? Doors. Because it is mighty hot in here. Mighty hot in here. Alright, Valinor. Take care, my friend. There we go. Oh no, keep going. There we go. Okay. Let's keep going. How are you in? Says the servers are off for me. You have an update to install. So install your update, and that should get you in. Oh, did I just go backwards? I just went backwards. Yeah, once you install that update, you should be able to get in. Yeah, man, I feel like I think Bungie needs to take some big swings, and hopefully Renegades does that. But like, especially when it comes to their whole bit talking about quality of life changes, I'm like, dude, I don't care anymore. You know, I don't care anymore. There we go. If I save this, can I have it? That's a no.
It's swarming. Make every shot count, my friend.
There we go. Damn, I suck. Wow, I'm bad at this. I do hope, I think it'd be cool. It doesn't look like it, but I do think it'd be cool if, like, well, no, because I was gonna say if in Renegades when you board your ship, if it was actually your ship, but then they'd have to model an interior for literally every ship in the game, and that's not like feasible.
The Vex are stealing Warmind tech from us.
Return to the courtyard. Okay. If your Steam isn't giving you the update, try like totally exiting Steam, like quit the Steam app on your taskbar. That's what did it for me. If you quit the Steam app. All right, Wither Horde, go have fun. Oh, we got frames coming out. This is cool. And they have Cabal. Why is there Cabal here? Why is there Cabal here? Okay.
This unit has a call sign dating back to the Red War. Gaul's elite. They were here the day the tower fell.
You're wearing devices.
Okay, what is happening?
The yoke of control. Maya Sundresh, the conductor, controls this legion.
That's impossible.
Okay, so Maya's controlling the Cabal.
Vex working in coordination with the Red Legion. Maya's influence grows with the day.
She has
Oh, I
access
see.
to the
Okay,
entire
so
Vex network. She must have found another timeline where the Red Legion are still around and yanked them into ours.
oh, they're using the Scion shields to shield these Vex cores. Oh my lord! Oh my lord! Okay. Yeah, the Vex are attacking the city again. They're like the only ones to do it. When are the Hive gonna... When do we have a zombie apocalypse? Damn, he just killed that Red Jack. I didn't know the Red Jacks could die, to be honest with you. I want a Hive zombie apocalypse. That's what I want. See, it's all fun and games when the Vex invade. It stops being funny when the Hive invade. That shit gets serious. All right, let's see how much this does. Wow, that was a lot. That was quite a bit.
I knew the city could count on you. This was just a smash
Okay,
and grab.
we got a Mida mini tool. Whoa, 2 tier 3s? Oh yeah, didn't they say tier 3 was gonna be like the baseline?
To usher a new golden age of her own
bonus damage
design.
resistance.
Now with the Legion and the Vex. I'm no friend of the Red Legion, though I pity them to come under Maya's thrall.
Okay, all right, cool. A Heliatus with bipod. So is tier 3 just like the baseline now? Is that what's going on now? Because I thought they said it was the baseline for raids and dungeons. I didn't think they meant like, you know, other stuff. All right, cool. But there you go. That is the first mission of Ash and Iron, and I'm sure this is gonna be the kind of thing where it's like there's, you know, they roll out content over time. I would guess just like a season. Mine season pass, season archive is here. Yes, we saw. Okay, what does it want me to do anyway? For where's my quest tab? Visit Devrim. Okay, no, this is the new territories bit. Is that the same as Ash and Iron? Let's go visit him. You need to go to the world screen to do that. Oh, Kepler's not here because it's only on the portal. So I guess when Mars comes back, Kepler will be added to the world map, I guess. I don't know. They also said we were going back to Venus, but I think it's just for like one activity. And I don't think it's, you know, a full-blown thing. Anyway, oh yeah, that hand cannon it's the shotgun one from the Arms Week event, I think. The Phonutria Farah? I guess is how you say it. This pulse rifle does feel pretty good though. I feel like we haven't gotten a Strand exotic weapon in a minute. All right, Devrim. Damn. Oh, it suspends. Okay. I love the we're listening straight up bullshit when they are doing basically the exact opposite of what the players are saying. Look, I have no dog in this fight because I haven't been listening to what the players are saying, because I think the problem is the players can't make up their minds. Like, see, because you can say that, but the thing is they're listening to some people, but like, you could argue they're not listening to the right people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Which is maybe that's what you're saying, just with like a bit less nuance. But does this guy have the new seasonal stuff? No, he doesn't. Like, but that's the thing, is I feel like they are listening. They're just,
what's the word?
Maybe not listening to the right people. Can I say that? Is that allowed? Earth reclaimed. Successfully secure all 4 areas in a reclaim activity. Okay. That's the thing, right? Like, trust me, Bungie listens to the community. I just don't think that's always the best thing. Can I say that? Can I say that? Like, you know, I think sometimes it is a good idea to not listen to everything that the loud people say. I think that's what I'm trying to say. So this new territories event, is this like Ash and Iron? Did I
aim well?
Where can I do the what's it called? Where can I continue Ash and Iron?
I'm all right.
It's got to be on the portal tab, right?
Feeling sentimental, I suppose.
Dungeon, Nightmare of Gulron. Dive into the dream and defeat the Nightmare of Gulron. Yeah, here are your new dungeon layers. So it's not a full dungeon. Hey, I like seeing heresy here. Gives me a reason. They should listen to the people, but also use their own judgment. Right, like, you know, don't be... I think there's something to be said about not always being reactionary. You know? Works with me. Like, because if you're too reactionary, then I think you can lose sight of the goal. I think you can lose sight of what makes the game special. Right? Like, because what makes Destiny special, I don't think is the thing that, like, I don't think most people really have a good grasp on where Destiny maybe should go for the long-term health of the game. And that's the thing, maybe a lot of those wrong people are content creators. Like, I'm not going to say anything about that, but that is something for you and for Bungie to decide, you know? Destiny Rising Nuzlocke when? See, my thing with Destiny Rising, I haven't played it since I played it on stream. Also, okay, I go to my quests. I guess this reclaim is like a lot of map and territory. Search for convergence to add to Maya and Chioma's no, that's the raid. That's the raid. I guess that's what this is. Yeah, man. I don't know. I don't know. I guess like look, if I could visualize, I don't really care about this. I don't really care about this. I don't really care about these yellow arrows. Maybe if I'm really aspiring to do something super hard, I would care about them. But I don't have any reason necessarily right now to aspire to do that, like, certain difficult thing, you know? And look, this thing, there is you guys know me. I'm all for being positive, you know? And like, there's a lot of stuff that Destiny Rising is doing that I think is really good. I'm all for being positive, but I'm not, as much as some people think I am, I don't engage in toxic positivity. Like, this is, for me, because I'd always taken the stance of, oh, well, everyone's whining, so, like, even if I have a problem with something, there's no point in whining about it. If everyone whines about it, I'll just focus on the things I do enjoy. But it is getting to this point where I'm like, okay, well, what is that? Like, I enjoy making Redacted, I enjoy telling stories in the game, but that's not the game. That's me doing something completely different. If this doesn't matter to me, and you know, if this doesn't really matter to me, or the seasonal, this thing, we got rocket assisted stuff down here. Like, I don't like how much of the game has become about this. And I think I feel that way because I have all of this. I have all of this stuff that I just like, if I want something, if I want to use a sidearm, I'll just reach into my vault and grab one. Sure, maybe I'm not performing optimally. I just don't really care to find, to perform at optimal performance, you know? That's not, there's nothing I feel I need to do that for right now. And that's the, I think that's the unfortunate bit right now. I think we need some more fun stuff, some more chaotic stuff, all sorts of things. It's just, I don't know, man. I think there is something to be said about when we're listening becomes like the motto, you know? There are some things that maybe you shouldn't listen to. You know, stick to your guns on some things. I don't know, man. I'm talking out my ass. I'm talking out my ass. I would love if we could do a very hard activity and have a chance to buy for Glimmer a penthouse in Last City. Dude, we'd all love that. Like, I'm right there with you. I am right there with you. That's the thing, like stupid fun. Cause for a player like me, who I am relatively casual in how I play the game, like I am a relatively casual player, I don't feel the need to grind anything. And like, I'm just saying it how it is. Like that, Renegades is December 2nd. Like, I'm going to play Renegades because it looks fun. And I like Star Wars. Like, and there's an AT-AT. and the bounty system looks cool. Like, that looks cool to me. But like, I can't stress enough how much I just don't really care about the loot anymore.
Is always way heavy.
Like the loot has become so far from the point for me that I don't know, man. I don't know. Anyway, this is where I'm gonna call it because I do have to work on Redacted, unfortunately. I gotta go get that done. And I also want to get some lunch. I'm a little hungry, but I can think of one fucker in particular I've not listened to, and they bitched and whined because they lost it. I genuinely, I have to say this. I don't know who you're talking about. So my hands are, I genuinely don't know who you're talking about. So you know, other games can just have base systems. Yeah, man. Like I said, though, I know I said this at the beginning of the stream. I'm going to be, over the course of the next, like, couple days, I'm going to try out Borderlands 4 on stream this Friday. Probably play that over the weekend, depending on how much I'm enjoying it. I'm a big Borderlands fan, so I'm excited about it. And then, yeah, we might do some Pokemon stuff. I'm going to take a little break, just probably for, like, the rest of September. I shouldn't even say the rest of September. Like, I might, you know, make something else. Redacted 3 is going to come out at some point over the next week, hopefully before Friday. And then I think I'm going to, like, yeah, just play some Borderlands for a bit. And I need a little mental reset, you know.
If you're up for it.
So that, but I haven't committed to that. My mind is all over the place, guys. It's all over the place. I've been busy. But anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. If you would like to come stop by on Friday or whenever we end up streaming Borderlands, and I don't know who I'm gonna play on Borderlands because I haven't been keeping up with their abilities. I know Vex is like the favorite child of Gearbox, but if you'd like to come stop by and watch us play Borderlands here on YouTube and on Twitch, feel free. I was gonna like just keep the variety stuff to Twitch, but I was like, there's no harm in also putting it on YouTube, you know. Anyway, I'll give you a hint. They were very adamant about Div being nerfed because it was necessary for endgame content. See, I remember I don't remember all the ins and outs of the Div controversy, but like, I think I remember being pretty pro Div nerf. I was like, yeah, I want Div to be nerfed. I'm getting a little tired of it, but I was getting bored of it. I was like, yeah, Div's kind of boring. Anyway, I'm going into a whole other can of worms. I will see you guys, hopefully some of you Friday. I'll evaluate my schedule. We'll see if we're doing any other Destiny stuff within the coming weeks or not. But yeah, we'll see. If anyone's going to New York Comic Con, I will be at New York Comic Con with Duck and my cousins. That should be fun. And yeah, I hope you all have a great day, night, or whatever it is. And you know the drill. Until next time, Guardians.